Hey everybody, it is your host, Cannonball, Alex Steele, and we're here to enjoy yet another episode of voice acting brought to you by the Steel Twins Gaming. And now, without any further ado, let us bring you your hosts for this evening, the Cannonball, the Cannon, the Steel Twins. What's up, everybody? It's Saturday night, and you know what that means.
It's another edition of Voice Acting Night, baby.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much once again for allowing us to be in your homes. We cannot thank you enough. And as you know, things are kind of chaotic around the Steel Twins studio. Not just because of timing, work shifts, but we do our very, very best to bring you content each and every week. Sometimes it's going to be on Sundays, sometimes it's going to be on Mondays. We decided to do it today, Saturday. And who knows, we might even plug in a bonus episode in the next couple of days, just especially if it gets really, really juicy, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
So, and Andrew, as always, what else we have going on here at the channel?
Well, I've recently streamed Legend of Zelda Tuesday on a Wednesday morning. I did a couple of hours of Breath of the Wild, and I have even captured a couple of shrines away from recording. I of course brought you Super Mario Friday and Mario and Luigi Brothership. Hopefully I'll bring you more than that. Hopefully I'll bring you more content on Thursday and more content on Tuesday, maybe even more content on Wednesday. Who knows? I've also brought you Super Metroid Prime Sunday, and I'm still awaiting the release of Metroid Prime 4, and coming soon to hot off the steel press, Donkey Kong Bonanza, set to release this Thursday, July 17th.
And kids, two more announcements. Number one, I have started to post or stream. Let me back up for a second. One of our dear partners in this venture is, of course, the Outside Blitz podcast with the fabulous Stoddy Freytown and the Bootleg Better. And so on Friday, last night, I did my first live stream of the recording of the Outside Blitz podcast. So that might be a thing to come to this channel to kind of help, broaden my friend's audience. Although he's doing a pretty good job on the Twitter machine himself. If you're a sports nut, if you love football, or if you just love hear guys talking about sports, every 2 weeks on Friday, the three of us get together. We go over news, and we go over news and notes around the league. We're starting to get into the NFL 100 list. I see the comment. I'll get to it in 2 seconds. We're going over the NFL 100 list. We just went over numbers 100 through 91. And also, we're starting to get into our bold predictions, and that's something we're going to keep doing throughout the season. And when the season formally kicks off, we're going to go from 2 weeks to weekly episodes available on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and Odyssey, and coming soon to Spotify. So keep an eye out for that. And the last thing, package, I am so excited to announce that we already know the name of our next voice acting project. It is going to be Ghost Trick. So
there we go.
I've started playing the game, kind of separate from everything, because I want to get an idea of the content before and I might even play ahead some of these episodes of Tyrion Cuthbert too, to kind of get an idea of the dialogue, to kind of get an idea of the gameplay, so that we can anticipate when to have the actual reactions which we do a pretty good job of being surprised. But I think it's important. And plus, I will just tell you right now, Ghost Trick is a very unique and very fun game. I'm just saying that right off the rip. And of course, it's a detective game. How can I not get behind a detective game? So, okay. So now, Zion has entered the chat after my long-winded announcements. I know damn well you ain't all gonna start with the ZTP. You mean without the ZTP? That's right. Zion the Potato is in the chat. What's good, my man?
What's up?
That's right. So when we go to our live scene, we're going to pick up where we left off last week, which is okay. So Wallace Nightgrave, the trial of Wallace Nightgrave, we didn't run into a dead end. Tyrion Cuthbert was able to poke enough holes in the prosecution's case to where we got ourselves another day to investigate. So yay! In the process, we kind of found out an unidentified mage. Eesh. So yeah, awkward. So yeah, there are two twin sisters, the Ianus sisters, Valentina and Valerie. Valerie is an unregistered mage that knows very base level necromancy magic. It's not as bad as it sounds. She knows healing spells, but apparently healing is under the necromancy category. So, and we still got to find out who killed Professor Catherine Braith, not Bellwether. Thank you so much. Who killed Catherine Bellwether? How did they move the body without any traces of blood or anything? What the heck is going on here? And so I'm really excited to get started with this. I can't spell. That's okay. Hey, listen, I have blank out moments too, Zion. We all do. I blanked out it's Saturday night. I totally fumbled that. But we're not about to fumble this. Our second favorite part of the show, if I turn it in the correct direction. Everybody here if you're a longtime fan, you know the deal, but if you don't, listen carefully. If you have a cap to your bottle, if you have a cap to your bottle or a pin on your can, you go ahead and pull that pin back or twist that cap off.
With a twisty twist.
Hey, Cannon, what time is it?
It's time to get bombed.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, y'all.
Ooh, piece of candy. Okay,
Orange dreamsicle from Rain. You can't beat that.
Can't beat it. Live scene.
Let's go.
Yay. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and I get my gavel ready and let's get it the pulpis. You're right. We got to get to the bottom of all of this. Now we're hanging out at the cemetery last we left off with our gallant heroes. So time to do a little more sleuthing. And what is the deal with? Okay, I already forgot her name. Eris Illmatter. Eris Illmatter. What is the deal with her? Stay tuned, kids. Load to save data? You bet your sweet bippy.
Let's go.
Tyrion, what are we doing here?
I'm not sure.
For some reason, you felt drawn to this place.
Wait, is that Eris?
Celeste points further into the cemetery. There, you see Eris standing in front of a gravestone. She's placing flowers on it and appears to be chanting a short prayer.
We found her.
We should probably talk to her later. It would be rude to disturb her now.
As you're about to leave, Eris suddenly turns to face you. She's far away, but you can see her beckoning you over.
Oh, hello there. Were you two looking for me?
Sorry, we were looking for you, but we understand if you'd rather talk later.
No, I was just finishing up here.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Did you have something you wanted to talk to me about?
Well, we wanted to ask you some questions about the case.
Oh?
All right, let's talk to her. The trial.
That was my first time watching a court trial. You were truly remarkable.
Thank you. Were you in the gallery?
I've always enjoyed watching physical battles in the theater. But I see now that battles of wits can be just as entertaining to watch.
Entertaining?
Yeah, I know what you mean. You see the odds are stacked against him, but then he suddenly pulls out this crazy deduction and steers the trial in his favor.
I've never really thought of it like that.
But I'm sure it's far more entertaining to be the one making the deductions.
I'm not really sure what you mean. I practice law so that I can help those persecuted by the justice system. I don't really do it to entertain myself.
But is that really true? Don't you find the experience even the least bit entertaining, Tyrion?
Now there's that blinking light.
What the hell? What was the look on her face that? Oh, great, it's Samara Morgan.
Samara Morgan. I wouldn't really put it that way. Lady, I'll deduct my gavel into this desk and give you a penalty if you don't shut up. So, okay. So I wouldn't, with that look, she was just trying to activate her ability. She wasn't trying to be mean yet. So, anyway.
You're far too modest. You save people from the clutches of death. To your clients, you might as well be a knight in shining armor.
So she tried to get him. She tried to get him to trick him. She tried to pull a Jedi mind trick on him, and it didn't work. So let's keep that in mind. So illusion magic. Earlier you said that you were studying illusion magic.
I am. Did you want to ask me about the prosecution's theory?
Yes, actually. How did you know?
It was easy to guess after seeing you in the courthouse. Anyways, disguising an undead with an illusion is definitely possible. And as Lady Steelwind said, illusory disguise would be the best spell to use for that.
What if someone created a freestanding illusion?
A freestanding illusion?
Yeah, we know that Wallace didn't animate and disguise the professor's corpse. So what if the illusion wasn't disguising anything? Maybe someone created a freestanding illusion of Bellwether walking around.
For something like that, one would probably use major illusion.
Okay, major illusion
has been added to the court record.
Creates a three-dimensional illusion. The illusion can take the form of any object or creature that can be contained in a 10-foot cube. While concentrating, the caster can animate and move the image to a different location within range. The illusion is purely visual and can't be physically touched. Okay, let me take a look at the spell compendium again, because I know that there was here's illusory disguise. Places an illusion on the target to completely change their visual appearance. The disguise moves with the target for the duration. The disguise can make the target look 1 foot larger or smaller. Elements hidden by the spell are made invisible, and elements created by the spell are purely visual. You cannot make physical contact. So, okay, so that's going to be important, because you can't just reach out and touch, right? Or it'll just pass through. Talk. So, what? So tell me more about this major illusion, lady.
What is it?
I don't think major illusion is what we're looking for. Do you remember what Jan said?
I was cleaning a mess in the hallways. Bellwether knocked over a vase, and there were shards and dirt everywhere.
If the bellwether that Jan saw was a major illusion, then she couldn't have knocked over that vase. Illusions created by that spell don't have any mass.
I see. How perceptive of you.
I'm gonna try something different. I was kind of uncomfortable with last week's voice, so
Are there any other illusion spells that do have mass? No. Illusions can only recreate visual and auditory sensations. But there isn't a single illusion spell that someone can touch. So that means that someone disguised something to make it look like Bellwether.
Oh boy.
Why the look of suspicion, Celeste?
she picked up on it too.
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't. Calm down. I'm only joking. I don't blame you for considering every possibility. In fact, I'm flattered you think I'm capable of pulling off such an elaborate ruse.
Uh-oh.
Anyways, this does tell us one important thing.
What's that?
The bellwether that Jan saw had a physical mass to it. It wasn't a freestanding illusion. It was someone or something disguised as bellwether. 30 minutes before the Ianus twins found the body, Bellwether walked past Jan in the West Wing hallway. He was in her path, so she shoved him out of her way. After that, she knocked over a vase and shattered it. Even though Jan didn't say anything to her, she yelled at him to be quiet. After this interaction, she walked into Lecture Hall 2B. The Bellwether witnessed by Jan Hughes must have been disguised with an illusion. In addition to that, whoever he saw that day was physically there. What the hell is up with Celeste? Yeah, she does seem to be very, very nervous around this young lady. So yeah, there's got to be something. She gives me this chick gives me the creeps. Absolutely.
Yeah, folks. Before we continue, we have an ad break starting in a minute and a half. So if you want to watch these videos ad free, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Get all the exclusive benefits.
Absolutely. So next up, gravestone.
It's quite a shame, isn't it?
Eris looks pensively at the gravestone. The name on the stone says Emily Grant, and her lifetime appears to be awfully short. She must have only been 12 years old when she died.
Yikes. Oh, sorry for interrupting you. Was she someone you knew?
Not personally. I'm actually here on Wallace's behalf. Wallace knew her? Wallace joined the Academy as part of a program run by Headmaster Redmond. At the time, the Headmaster was reaching out to mages among the common folk. He had started a program to admit mages to the Academy without having to pay tuition. Both Emily and Wallace were among those mages. Wow! That must have been an amazing opportunity for them. The truth is, neither of them actually cared about learning magic. The real problem was that Emily had a terminal illness.
I think I know what it is. Someone's got a crush.
Oh, you think so? I wouldn't call those flirting eyes. Anyway, the real terminal illness.
She was for poor orphans, and they obviously didn't have the resources to treat it. But if they enrolled in the Academy,
The Academy would be obligated to give her medical treatment.
the Imperial Academy teaches the best mages in the kingdom. They thought that curing her illness would be an easy task for the Academy's healers.
Package, I think I know where this is going. So, Wallace and Emily apparently were from poor families. Does Catherine Bellwether like poor families?
No.
Exactly. You don't know
You
that.
don't know that.
Yeah.
You don't know that shit. It could be a Marionette and Adrian situation where Celeste is stumbling over her damn words.
Gotta prove it. I mean, he's got a point. He's out of line, but he's right.
But they were mistaken, I'm afraid. I'm sure you know this by now, but healing spells can only treat wounds. They can't cure illnesses. Emily's condition only got worse over the years, and eventually, she succumbed to her illness. Wallace was furious. He didn't understand why the kingdom was outlawing magic that could save lives.
And that's why he decided to learn it himself.
Yes, the headmaster was inspired by Wallace's resolve. He gave him access to the Academy's forbidden tomes of necromancy.
Yikes.
And Wallace taught himself the spells that he knows today. So that's why...
Wait, 4 ads? Oh boy.
It was supposed to stay a secret between him and the headmaster. But I'm sure you know how that turned out.
Oh my god, that glitch again!
Yeah. So,
I guess that's it then. I think, well, what do you want to do next?
I have no idea. I mean, we can either go to the library or the foyer. So, let's go to the foyer.
Okay.
All right. So,
talk.
Okay. So this isn't it. But let's get some clues. Holy smokes.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. There's still a lot we don't know.
Yeah, we know that Wallace didn't kill her, but did the true killer really murder her there?
Right. We'll need to go there to find out more. Okay.
Where should we go next?
The prosecution believes that Wallace killed Bellwether in the library. We didn't really investigate that room the first time round. We might be able to find some new leads there. So, well, what the heck are you waiting for? Say it with me, package. Charge!
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Cuthbert.
Now that must be Aria's theme then.
Yep. Yeah, it's her theme.
It's a little too urgent, in my opinion. I mean, it's perfect if there's a crisis going on, but anyway. Steelwind, what are you doing here?
After what happened at the trial yesterday, I decided it would be best to start my investigation here.
Right, Wallace was in the library for the entire morning, so it makes sense that she'd start her search here.
Actually, since I have you here, have you seen Eris Illmatter anywhere? It's my understanding that you're both acquainted with each other.
Eris?
Now what happened when I was gone? Anyway, the point still stands. You don't know that she don't have a crush on her. I ain't letting that go.
Not a whole lot happened, but just some talky stuff. But anyway, she did try to pull one more trick on him. So anyway, Eris, what do you want with her?
It's not for anything serious, mind you. It's just that oaf of a commander lost her spell compendium.
Oh God, that's no good.
Now we need her to produce another one for our record. If you see her, please let her know that we'd like to speak to her.
We saw her earlier in the cemetery nearby, but I have no idea where she is now.
Once again, I have to compensate for that idiot's mistakes.
Anyways, I was wondering if I could Anyways, I was wondering if I could ask you some questions about the case.
Very well. I suppose I still need to honor our deal from earlier.
All right, let's talk to her. Any leads? Have you had any luck finding the scene of the crime?
Unfortunately, I haven't. From the witnesses' testimonies, we have a rough idea of the route Bellwether took. But none of the rooms we've checked have any sign of a struggle.
Interesting.
Why are you so sure that a struggle happened? I'm mainly basing that off of the Ianus sisters' testimonies. Valerie, in particular, noticed that the bleeding came from a wound in her stomach. Regrettably, the body's wounds were mended. So we can't determine what kind of weapon the murderer used.
The other witness. During the trial, you mentioned that another witness saw Bellwether walking around yesterday. Would you be willing to tell us who that person is?
I'm sorry, but I can't tell you that.
Maddie!
Maddie!
Thanks so much for liking the stream.
You're caught a little off guard.
You've been pretty transparent with your investigation so far. What's changed?
I have no obligation to justify myself to you. Nor do I have an obligation to help the opposition.
Didn't we have a deal? Hiding information doesn't exactly seem fair to us.
I believe I've given you plenty of information already. So regardless of what I said before, the answer is still no. My family is dangerous.
Whose family is dangerous?
Who? The Eye of Horus catches a stray thought from her. Her family is dangerous. Oh, you what?
Her family is dangerous? What does that mean? Is there something about this witness's family that you're worried about?
No, this could be a feint. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try harder than that if you want to bluff me.
She referred to the witness as her. Furthermore, she said that her family is dangerous. Why would she go to such lengths to hide the witness's identity? In any case, it looks like she's not willing to share more at the moment. Maybe we should try looking somewhere else. All right. Well,
you want to examine something?
Sure, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, let me just look around at some shit. The library is full of books for educational purposes. Yeah, no kidding.
It's too bad they don't have any fictional books.
Were you looking for a novel to read?
Yeah, I was hoping they'd have some mystery novels I could read.
You like mystery novels?
Of course. Why do you think I like this job so much?
I've never really been a fan of the mystery genre.
What? But your whole career is about solving mysteries.
Exactly. It's exhausting. When I read a novel, I just want to read about simple fantasy stories and classic heroes.
I guess that makes sense. What about you, Steelwind? I don't really have time for such things.
Hey, let's check it out.
Perio Arcanum.
Oh,
Nope,
nothing. No magic. All right. It was worth a shot. Let me see. What about this? It's a globe of the world. It's amazing how many other nations there are aside from Wivengard.
I've been to most of these places. You should come with me next time, Tyrion. Isn't traveling through the border heavily restricted? Don't worry. I won't report you. I can't exactly blame you for wanting to leave.
Yeah. So yeah. What's this? It's a holy text from the Church of Bahamut. I read some of these with Eris earlier.
I've been meaning to ask, do you guys worship dragons in Rivengard?
I've never really been the religious type, but I've seen some devout worshippers in the capital.
It's the most prominent religion here. The Scaled Lord Rathalion is said to be the source of all arcane magic. It's no wonder that he's such a large part of our culture.
What do you think of my Steelwind voice?
It's as good as ever. There are tables for students to sit at while they study.
I don't think I can handle studying here day after day.
Me neither.
Yeah. I mean, you know. Okay. What's this?
What's that note?
There's a note. I thought it was the book above it, but let's take a look. Due to constant misuse of the arcane construct's voice systems, voice lines can now only be set by Headmaster Redmond.
Ooh.
Is that why I can't make the constructs say things? The constructs speak using Professor Bellwether's voice. Unfortunately, that was an open invitation to many of the students. A lot of them ordered the constructs to speak several obscenities using her voice. But why is Headmaster Redmond the only person allowed to set the voice lines? There were also rumors that several faculty members partook in these pranks. I can't blame them for wanting to let off some steam.
So everybody hated this bitch, apparently. Well, there's okay. I can't see a thing to look at.
Yeah,
Can you?
Yeah, I think nope. I think we looked at everything.
I think it's a swing and a miss. Well, where else can we go? Well, there's one place we didn't look. The Imperial Academy, the locker room. So, let us move.
Okay, here we go. You spend some time wandering through the academy when you overhear a conversation from a nearby room.
Okay.
From what I understand, Miss Steelwind has already moved the investigation elsewhere. How long must I wait before I can retrieve my things? Sorry, old-timer. Orders are orders. Nothing comes in or out till this case is over and done with.
Commander White and the headmaster too?
Oh, hello, Mr. Cuthbert. Hey, kid. In any case, there are other matters I must attend to. Please inform me when I can retain my things. Sure. And there he goes.
Well, it looks like Commander White is standing guard in front of this locker room, and it doesn't look like he's conducting any sort of investigation. Is he here on Steelwind's orders? He might be able to tell me who this secret witness is. The question is, does he want to? The headmaster. What was the headmaster talking to you about?
Supposedly, he has some items stored in one of the faculty lockers. The problem is, Steelwind said no one gets in or out of this room. Except for her and you two, apparently. She won't even let the other knights in here.
Really? Is that normal?
Nope. But things rarely are when she's calling the shots.
Why would she give you access to the crime scene if she wasn't even letting the knights in? With the exception of you and Celeste... Go ahead.
Steelwind's orders have been added into the court record.
With the exception of you and Celeste McCoy, Prosecutor Steelwind isn't allowing anyone inside key areas of the Academy. She isn't even allowing the Knights of the Inquisition within these areas. She appears to be conducting the investigation single-handedly. You know, she's kind of like Shadow the Hedgehog, a lone wolf trying to do everything themselves due to ego, but she must also suspect something. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what her deal is, but she's been acting strange lately. She's been real paranoid, that girl. Frankly, I can't tell what's going through her head.
Have you checked magic? So anyway, Steelwind's paranoia. You mentioned that the prosecutor has been paranoid lately. Do you think it has something to do with this case?
Nah, it started way before that. Lately, she's been using the Inquisition to investigate a lot of non-magical homicides.
What? Wouldn't it be easier to work with the relevant law enforcement for that?
I don't know why, but she's convinced that these cases have magic involved. But we scanned each and every one of those crime scenes. Nothing turned up. I gotta say, though, if it weren't for the scans, I might actually agree with her.
Why do you say that?
Those homicides, I haven't ever seen anything like them. They're probably some of the most screwed up cases I've ever handled. For one of those cases, we had ourselves a disgruntled spouse. She found out that her man was going around with a barkeep. And you know what the spouse does? She stalks the poor woman. She starts leaving threatening notes all around where she worked. Could he be talking about that spoiled noble by chance?
I have no idea. Anyway.
The barkeep told the city watch all about what was happening. But no matter how much they staked out the tavern, they could never catch the perp. Then one day, the barkeep arrived home. But little did she know, the spouse was waiting there for her. The poor lady never had a chance. Then to tie the whole thing together, the spouse waits for her husband to get home. She cooks him a big roast, using the barkeep's remains.
Okay. No, that's crazy.
Possible explanation.
Wow, that story is pretty...
I know. Steelwind thinks someone developed a new type of magic that can control people's minds. And these homicides are some kind of sick test run.
Magic that can control people's minds?
But wouldn't Mage Blight make more sense?
Mage Blight?
When a mage overuses their magic, it can have pretty bad consequences on their mind. They temporarily lose grip of reality and begin seeing things that aren't there. When a mage becomes like that, it almost never ends well. They enter a frenzy and begin firing spells randomly, which only makes it worse.
I see my fair share of mage blight cases, and this isn't like that. Not all of the perps were mages, and the ones that were didn't even use their magic. One thing was that each of the perps almost seemed to wake up after we arrested them.
Oh, so they were unconscious. You know what? Somebody's using mind control.
All of them said things like, it wasn't me, or I didn't have a choice.
They didn't have a choice? What could that mean?
I doubt it means anything. Sometimes people can't face the things they've done. It's easier to say that you had no control than to take responsibility.
Well, kind of a flat-footed way to look at things. But who knows?
What about the secret witness?
Yes, tell us. I wonder if I can mislead the commander into revealing who the secret witness is. During the trial, Miss Steelwind mentioned that someone other than John Hughes saw Bellwether walking around. Have you seen them around lately? We wanted to speak with them.
Nice try, kid.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you if I wanted to. I don't think anyone other than Steelwind knows who this witness is. I sure as hell don't.
What? She's even hiding it from the Inquisition, Commander. Why is she being so secretive? It looks like the Commander doesn't know who this secret witness is either.
This isn't getting us anywhere.
Steelwind's behavior is strange, though.
Perhaps you
Perhaps
could try analyzing.
Perhaps I could try analyzing her behavior. If I do that, I might be able to find a way to convince her to help me. Okay, Steelwind's behavior has been strange this time round. She's hiding elements of the case, even from the Commander. Anyone can tell that she doesn't have much faith in him.
Standing right here.
But this is the first time I've seen her hide key details of a case from him. What is motivating Steelwind to keep secrets? There has to be a reason why she's being so secretive. We already know that it's paranoia. That's part of the discussion we've had. So that's step one.
Take that.
Her actions must be driven by paranoia. She's been hoarding information about the case. There's only one reason why she wouldn't utilize the Inquisition like she usually does. It's because she doesn't trust them.
I hate to say it, but that doesn't really surprise me. She's always been standoffish with us.
But there is one exception. Who has Steelwind trusted for this case? There are individuals who she's trusted more than the Inquisition during this case. Either Wallace, Tyrion, and Celeste, the two of us.
Take that!
She let us investigate the crime scenes without any restrictions.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. Does she trust us that much?
Oh, shit! Buddy!
No Shot Bot TTV is in the house! Cheer the 1,000 bits!
Yeah, dropping the 1,000 bits like they're hot off the steel press. Nice
are the
job.
man.
Nice job, buddy.
And by
Thanks
the way,
for stopping by.
By the way, I got my Twitch ticket.
Oh, you got your block party ticket?
No, not the block party ticket.
yeah.
You better show me how.
We'll figure that out. Look at all the. He's gifting subs too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
10 of
8, 9. We got 10 gifted subs. Sweet.
You
Thanks
are the
for
man.
the
You
10.
are the man.
10 gifted subs as well. Yeah.
He is the bee's knees.
Yep. So I was playing Call of Duty with him last night, actually, off-site. Melissa says you're adorable. You mean my Celeste voice? I'm glad she thinks it's cute. I'm kind of struggling over here, but we're using a voice changer, obviously. But yep, that's Mrs. Dubs over at No Shop TTV. Hey, by the way, kids, go check him out. He is a Twitch affiliate just like us. He's been streaming for a little bit longer than we have, and he has a much bigger following. Check him out, especially if you're a COD nut. So anyway, going back to it, that she trusts us that much. I don't think personal trust is the reason. Why does Steelwind trust us this time? We don't usually, not your voice work, your reaction to my sub bomb. Great. Well, I'm glad you cleared that up. So why does Steelwind trust us this time? We don't usually interact with her, and she's worked with the Inquisition on plenty of cases that we weren't even involved in. Let's see, Tyrion. is controlled by the Inquisition? The nobility?
I don't think so.
Hang on. The headmaster, Steelwind, is controlled. You don't think Steelwind is controlled by using magic? I'm gonna throw this dart. I don't think it's there. No, there's a key difference between us and the Inquisition. We don't answer to anyone. We aren't subject to corruption. So why would that make Steelwind trust us this time around? Okay, so hold on. The headmaster Tyrion is capable of using magic. What? Hang on. Tyrion isn't. Tyrion isn't controlled by the nobility.
Correct.
Oh.
Take that.
Steelwind doesn't know much about us, but she does know that we aren't prone to noble corruption.
Right. You indicted a noble during the last case.
Meanwhile, the Inquisition usually bends to the nobility's whims.
Hold that thought for a second. You may have not already noticed, but we are in a level 4 hype train.
Oh, thanks, Will. Thanks, No Shot Bot.
Also, Zion, I feel like Steelwind wasn't shit, but I want to know damn why.
Well, let's find out. Yeah. Choo choo. I'm gonna do this. All aboard.
All aboard the hype train.
He only got a minute and 10 seconds to keep the train going, and I don't mind if we don't get there, but that's fine. I'm Wood, but I'm Poe. Hey, listen, buddy, just the fact that you're here watching is support enough for us. Trust me.
Yeah, baby.
Meanwhile, the Inquisition usually bends to the nobility's whims.
Well, I can't argue with you there. What can you infer about the What can you infer about the secret witness?
So, we got some more. So, as
Yeah,
Plush,
more
so 2, 3,
5 more
4,
subscriptions.
So they must have been, either they're 5 gifted, maybe.
5 gifted subs.
Could be.
And, now we've reached a level 5 hype train.
Sweet, Andrew. I'm gonna have you be in charge of that then. Keeping tabs on the socials.
Yes, please.
Using my insight, I could tell that she's worried about the witness's family. And if she's worried about corruption from the nobility, that can only mean one thing. The witness is a noble. The witness has to belong to a noble family. That's why she's so wary of interference.
But we're obviously not going to do anything corrupt. Why is she hiding the witness's identity from us?
You recall seeing a thought. You recall seeing a thought through the eye.
So regardless of what you said before, the answer is still no. Her family is dangerous.
I think she's worried about our safety.
Yeah, I guess harassing a noble could put you in danger. But
I'm the protege of the infamous Ruby Timora.
Yeah, it's not as if we aren't already on the nobility's bad side. I'm sure the Pierce family still has it out for us.
This can only mean that the family we're dealing with is even more powerful than House Pierce. If the prosecutor is wary of them, they could even be as powerful as the Steelwinds.
wait, don't tell me you think we're dealing with one of the 4 pillars.
4 pillars?
It's a name people use for the top 4 noble houses. These families stand at the top of the kingdom's aristocracy. If I recall correctly, the 4 pillars are House Freyga, House Van Sanctus, House Sybil, and House Steelwind. So our witness has one of these 4 names associated with him, and we can cross Steelwind off the list. So now it's 3, I think.
Steelwind is a part of one of them?
Yeah, which makes it so much weirder than that she's serving as a prosecutor.
The 4 pillars refer to the 4 most powerful noble houses. These houses are Steelwind, Freyga, Von Sanctus, and House Sybil. See? So there's almost a Von Karma in there somewhere. Get it? Anyway.
Hold on a second. I'm just going in. Level 5. Woot, woot.
There you go, baby. What is it?
Steelwind's weird behavior all started after she investigated this room. We were at the crime scene, and she left to follow a lead. But an hour later, she came back to the lecture hall and booted everyone out.
Her behavior changed after investigating this room. That means that she found something here.
And that something must point to a family from the 4 pillars.
The commander looks a bit anxious. You know, Steelwind's orders say I can't snoop around here. But you two, on the other hand,
Don't worry, just leave it to us.
I have some school records that say which locker belongs to which student. You can use it to tell whose locker you're looking at. All right,
So let's
go back.
take a look.
Oh, there's an arcane construct in the back here.
It's probably here to aid the students. Anyways, I don't think it's relevant to our investigation. There's always something, even the most minute, out-of-the-way detail can be very, very important. Anyway. But perhaps I should make a small note of it anyways. Construct in the locker room. There appears to be an inactive arcane construct in the academy locker room.
You use a legend that the commander gave you. You look carefully across the list and find some notable student names.
Wallace Nightgrave, Miriam Freyga, Jaden Von Sanctus, and Warren Sybil. Oh, great. 3 students from the 3 pillars. Yikes. Okay, let's take a look at Wallace's. Let's take a look at Wallace's.
You open Wallace's locker. Inside, you find a bottle of fragrant liquid and something that looks like a makeup kit.
Those were planted.
I didn't expect Wallace to use stuff like this.
It does seem strange, but it's not my place to judge. Anyways, we should try looking through the other lockers.
You use a legend that the commander gave you. You look carefully across the list and find some notable student names.
Miriam Freyga.
You open the locker with Miriam Freyga's ID number. Inside, you find a stack of worn-out textbooks and notebooks.
Anything useful in those notebooks? Wait a minute. These notebooks all have Wallace's name on them. Oh. Hang on a second. Who's swapping people's shit around? Anyway. Hey, Athena. Hey, Athena, you smell that?
I smell plot with a capital P-U.
You open the notebook and look through its pages. It appears to be research on the art of necromancy.
Oh, so what the heck? Is somebody trying to get a member of the nobility canned? Oh dear, I don't like where this shit's going at all. And Andrew,
neither, boss.
I've got a theory. Eris is behind this. Gotta prove it. But I'm telling you, she switched Wallace's shit with Miriam's shit to try to pin the crime on Miriam. Ooh.
Pin the crime on Wallace?
No, I mean, I don't fucking know.
Okay, good theory though.
Yeah, anyway. These are Wallace's notebooks.
But why are they in Miriam Freyga's locker? Did Miriam steal his things?
What's going on here? Celeste?
You and Celeste check the locker more thoroughly.
Wait a minute. Tyrion, take a look at this.
That's blood! What? Oh no! Evidence in the locker. There's a stain of blood inside the locker with Miriam Friega's ID number. Oh shit! Somebody's trying to get this bitch to take the fall. Oh no.
You use the legend that the commander gave you. You look carefully across the list and find some notable student names.
Well, let's take a look at Jaden Von Sanctus.
You open Jaden Von Sanctus' locker. Inside, you find several bottles of some kind of transparent lotion.
What's that? There's nothing but lotion in here.
Oh,
I wonder why a student would need this much lotion.
You take one of the bottles to inspect it more closely.
wait, Tyrion, don't touch those with your hands.
It's some kind of sanitizing liquid. It's a little strange, but it doesn't seem to be related to the case.
Use the legend that the commander gave you. You look carefully across the list and find some notable student names.
Now, I'll tell you what. So he's out. There's nothing suspicious about him. What about this one?
You open Warren Sybil's locker. Inside, you find some textbooks and a neatly stacked deck of tarot cards.
Tarot cards.
Tarot cards.
Oh, it's like those cards that fortune tellers use.
I wonder if this student studies divination magic. But anyways, I don't think this is related to the case.
Okay,
We got all that shit.
We found a few things, but I can't really make sense of any of it.
We should look at this from the prosecutor's perspective. Steelwind found something in one of the lockers. Whose locker had the most suspicious evidence, and whatever that was, it made him extremely paranoid.
Now, wait a second, hold on. We're in the middle of an ad break here, so we're gonna wait till we come back. When we come back from this ad break, we're gonna answer the question: whose locker had the most suspicious evidence?
Okay.
Back in a minute.
It's only 40 seconds.
Yeah, and this is for our beloved subscribers here. Tune into my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel, Steel Twins Andy. There you will find Nostalgic Monday, where I take you back to the good old days of nostalgic gaming. Then you got Legend of Zelda Tuesday. May the Triforce be with you. Then you get Ratchet and Clank Thursdays. Get some nuts and bolts ready. Super Mario Friday. It's a go. Okie dokie. And finally, Hot Off the Steel Press Saturdays, and where everything is hot off the steel press. And we are coming back.
So whose locker had the most suspicious evidence? Of course, Miriam Friega.
Take that.
No matter how we look at it, we found some insanely suspicious things in Friega's locker. It had Wallace's notebooks and even some blood.
But that blood is certainly strange. It implies that something bloody was stored there.
Do you think someone stole it?
No, actually, I think it was Steelwind who took it.
Oh, right. Orin mentioned that she investigated this room. She must have taken the bloody item as evidence.
But with that said, there's something else that's strange about Miriam Friega's locker. It had a lot of Wallace's possessions. It's possible that she really did steal these items from him, but it's more likely that this locker isn't actually hers. Remember what Wallace told us before?
Sometimes the other students would steal the ID number off my locker. Then they'd switch it with the number of another locker. I thought it was funny whenever the student who owned that locker got angry with me.
I'm just finna say, it ain't none of my business that someone is dead. I just don't like Arya. I don't know. You'll find somebody to like even less pretty soon here, Zion. Anyway.
So, someone switched the nameplates?
This means that this isn't Miriam Friega's locker. It's Wallace's.
But that would mean that the bloody object came from Wallace's locker.
It appears so. There's a stain of blood inside a locker with Miriam Friega's ID number. This locker actually belongs to Wallace Nightgrave. Someone must have switched the ID numbers with Miriam's locker. So yeah, and again, I'm pointing to Eris. Call me crazy, I don't know. Somebody did it. Or Miriam might have done it herself. No, that doesn't make sense. Why would she incriminate herself? Anyway. But if that's true, why didn't Steelwind present the bloody item during the trial? I proved that Bellwether was wounded before Valerie healed her. Wouldn't that have been the perfect time to present what she found? It was a bloody item found in the defendant's locker, after all. She could have easily proved that the nameplates were switched too.
Right. That is weird.
There's something more to this that I'm not seeing. But what? I think we'll just have to ask Steelwind ourselves.
What we're waiting for, let's go back to the library and ask her.
We're going back to the library, you son bitch.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're back.
We've uncovered a few things during our investigation. Ms. Steelwind, are you acquainted with a student named Miriam Friega?
I underestimated him. I said it before, Mr. Cuthbert. I won't fall for such an obvious bluff.
It's not a bluff, Miss Steelwind, and I'll prove it using the evidence we've gathered. Arya Steelwind's
psychological profile is complete.
So,
talk to her. Start an argument.
Secret witness. Okay. Steelwind is paranoid, and for whatever reason, it's due to the involvement of Miriam Friega. If I could convince her to reveal why she's being so secretive, she might give me more information. Let's get it going.
Listen to this music.
You've been behaving strangely, Steelwind, so psychological profile. Steelwind is extremely logical and won't accept arguments that aren't supported by evidence. However, she has become secretive lately and her actions seem to stem from paranoia. She's uneasy about case elements that relate to Miriam Friega, and she's very inclined to hide Friega's involvement from the court at all costs. So anyway, even the Knights of the Inquisition have noticed. Please just tell me, why are you being so paranoid?
I'm not sure what you're trying to imply, Mr. Cuthbert. Nothing about my behavior has changed. I've approached this case objectively, just like I have with every other case.
Okay, so
I beg to differ.
So let's see here. Allowing the Knights. So yeah, let's present this evidence first and foremost. You've ordered the Knights to stay away from the crime scene, and you've even taken it upon yourself to conduct the investigation yourself. That is not normal behavior for a prosecutor.
I took those actions because the Inquisition is incompetent. How could I possibly trust them with anything?
The Knights are incompetent, but even you can see the value of delegation. During Celeste's case, you still delegated tasks to the Inquisition, and you could have easily investigated the McCoy Tavern yourself. This academy is huge. You wouldn't conduct your investigation this way unless you've had a good reason.
Then why don't you enlighten me? Why would I act in such a way? What would cause me to behave so strangely?
So, all right, well, the next thing we got to do, so let's see.
How about the four pillar families?
Oh, so that would be...
The four pillars refer to the four most powerful noble houses. These houses are House Steelwind, House Frigga, House Pontificus, and House Sybil.
So that's the first part.
Take that.
You know that the Inquisition is corrupt and will bend to the nobility. So what would happen if a powerful noble were publicly involved in this case? With that noble's influence, they'd probably order the Inquisition to conceal their involvement. A high-profile noble is involved in this case, Steelwind, and I believe that noble is Miriam Friega.
Again with this. Do you think you can bluff me by throwing out the names of random nobles? Not every noble is a malevolent criminal like Garrick Pierce. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. My investigation doesn't involve the Fregas. Nothing about this case has anything to do with House Frega.
Oh, yeah? How about this? There's a stain of blood inside the locker with Miriam Frega's ID number, and it actually belongs to Wallace Nightgrave. Someone switched the ID numbers. Then how do you explain this, Steelwind? The commander told us that you were forming a lead in the locker room yesterday. We investigated the lockers of students from the Four Pillar families, and we found stains of blood in a locker with Miriam Frega's ID number, and it was presumably left by a bloody object. The bloody object was taken by someone, and we heard that you became extremely paranoid after you found something in the locker room. If I had to guess, I'd say that you took the bloody object as evidence.
And what evidence do you have to support these outrageous claims?
What?
The only thing you have is evidence of a blood stain. There is a myriad of explanations for that. Everything else you mention is pure speculation. You can't prove that piece of evidence exists. I could have found any number of things in that room, or possibly nothing at all.
Let's see. Let's not be coy. It's not a normal thing. Do you know? Okay. If you don't present what you found to the court, I'll have no choice but to pull the owner of that locker onto the stand.
Take that!
You found an object in the locker with Miriam Frega's nameplate on it. If you don't present what you found to the court, I'll have no choice but to pull the owner of that locker onto the stand.
That's ridiculous! We both know that the locker in question belongs to Wallace Nightgrave!
Can you unequivocally prove that, Miss Steelwind? Because the way I see it, there's a lot of room for doubt there. Enough doubt for me to pull Miss Frega onto the witness stand. But if I had more context, maybe I wouldn't have to resort to that. And that's checkmate.
Argument 1. Hold on a second, folks. I knew she had something to goddamn do with this motherfucking case. I swear if she was a male, it would be me and her and my gavel. And I put that on Dumbledore.
Well played, Mr. Cuthbert. I suppose I don't have a choice, do I?
You've successfully persuaded Arya Steelwind.
So let's talk to her. The truth.
Just so we're clear, I wasn't acting to protect the nobility. But I'll admit that Miriam Frega was the other witness that's what saw Bellwether that day.
Damn, I'm pissed off. Just hold on to it, okay? It's all right. I see. I had some suspicions, but...
It's also another matter.
Steelwind looks uneasy.
When I was investigating the body, I found this.
Evidence of academic dishonesty. A tightly packed folder containing several documents. The documents contain evidence detailing multiple instances of plagiarism, fraud, bribery of school officials, and various other offenses committed by Miriam Frega. Well, what the hell is this about? What the...
It looks like Miriam's been cheating at school.
But why would Bellwether have something like this?
From the way it's arranged, I think it might have been blackmail. Miriam Frega is considered a prodigy in the practice of conjuration magic. She won a litany of awards, and she will most definitely graduate with honors. If these files were to reach the public, it would absolutely ruin her reputation. Do you think that the professor was trying to threaten her? It appears so. When I discovered this, several elements of the case were still unknown. I decided to look through her belongings. Then I mistakenly looked to the locker with her ID. I found this in that locker.
A bloody rapier. That's the murder weapon.
Shit!
A rapier covered in blood. It was found in Wallace Nightgrave's locker. Apparently, it's a valuable family heirloom to House Frege. It was reported stolen by Miriam Frege weeks before the murder. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Oh, hell no! I proceed to bang my gavel so hard my legs say hell no, detach themselves from my body and walk away.
Well, what about the rest of you? Anyway.
It's very likely that this is the murder weapon. This rapier is a valuable family heirloom for House Frege. And a few weeks ago, Miriam reported that the rapier was stolen from her room. And then it was found in Wallace's locker.
Not that I'm complaining, but why didn't you present this in court?
To be honest, I'd like to avoid involving House Frege by any means necessary. I knew it! You're just protecting her, aren't you? Ms. McCoy, do you recall how Wyverngod's justice system works? To acquit a defendant, you need to unequivocally prove that they didn't commit the crime. To do that, they either need a solid alibi,
or we need to prove that someone else committed the crime.
What do you suppose will happen if you bring Miriam Frege onto the stand? House Frege won't allow one of its members to be indicted in a court of law. They'll plant and forge evidence to implicate your defendant. And they'll use the Inquisition to do so.
So that's why you've been keeping them away from the investigation.
Can't you do anything? The Steelwinds are powerful too, aren't they? I don't have the support of my house. Right now, I'm just a prosecutor, nothing more. Steelwind, you know that this isn't fair for us. Just do nothing and let us win.
Celeste!
If we can't go after Miriam, then you can at least help us save Wallace. I'm not going to do that. Why? What if Miriam Frege is the real killer? Her sword is the murder weapon, and Bellwether was trying to blackmail her. I seem to recall another case when an innocent person's sword was used to frame them.
Remember that case?
Yep.
As a prosecutor, it is not my place to decide who's guilty and who's not. I won't engage in corruption, even if it's to counter corruption from another noble house. I'm sorry.
Do you know where Miriam is right now?
Didn't you hear what I just said? You can't let her think that there's even the slightest possibility you'll indict her. She'll bring the entire wrath of House Frege down on you.
Regardless, I can't do anything for Wallace unless I know everything that happened. Frege has the last piece I need to put everything together.
What the hell? What the hell are you doing hiding evidence, Steelwind? Well, yeah, but it's my place to roast like a damn black back ribeye. Baby back ribeye.
Well, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I? Her dormitory is room 107. I imagine that she'll be there, considering that classes are suspended.
Thank you, Steelwind.
If I don't tell you, I'm sure you'll probably just find out using some other means. But please, Mr. Cuthbert, be careful.
So, all right. Well, at least
What are you waiting for?
So,
Let's get to.
I'm trying to remember the voice I used for Miriam Frege, because that's who the spoiled noble is. Oh no! Okay, no, never mind. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Wow, it's black as night. Dorm room 107. Anyway, let's go.
Charge! You follow Miss Steelwind's directions and find Miriam Frege's dorm room. The door leading inside seems a lot more ornately decorated than the other dorms.
Well, of course.
Chilies, baby back ribs, barbecue sauce. That's my job to do to you. So these twins get laughs and views. I'm hoping for laughs. Gotcha.
You're certainly making us laugh, buddy. So,
You go to knock on the door, but you don't realize that it's only partially closed. As your fist comes into contact with the wood, you accidentally push the door wide open.
The disgruntled student. Here we go.
Excuse me? How dare you barge into my room? These insects have no respect.
sorry, I meant to knock, but...
Construct, remove these hoodlums from my room.
Acknowledged.
In the corner of the room, an arcane construct stands up and starts making its way towards you. Before you can protest, it raises its fist to hit you.
Huh?
You only have enough time to raise your arms and brace yourself for the impact. You close your eyes and wait for the blow. But instead, you hear the clang of steel against steel. Oh great, it's great value 99-cent store shredder. Confused, you open your eyes and see Celeste standing between you and the construct. Her sword is drawn and she's using it to block the construct's fist. Upon taking a closer look at Celeste, the student stares curiously at her.
Construct, stand down.
Acknowledged.
I'm terribly sorry for that. I wasn't aware that this was your servant.
Queen shit, Celeste. Celeste looks angry but puts away her sword without a word.
I haven't noticed you around campus. Are you a new student? She has a personal attendant. She must be important. What?
You see an opportunity.
Yes, my master just rode here recently.
What?
Celeste gives you a puzzled look, but you make a silent gesture back. After a moment, she seems to realize what you're doing.
Yes, I just started here. I take it you're Miriam Frigo. Yes, I'm honored that you recognize me.
Miriam Friga, occupation student.
Oh boy.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Ms. I'm Celeste
She catches herself and pauses for an awkward moment.
Steelwind. I'm Celeste Steelwind.
You can't believe her. There's no way she's going to believe.
I can't believe her. There's no way she's going to believe.
Steelwind? It's a pleasure to meet another member of such an esteemed house. She must be from a branch family. Maybe I can use her.
Wait, she's actually buying this?
I just moved in.
Okay, another executive decision. This keeps ping-ponging like crazy and it's driving me crazy.
I just moved in, and I thought I should introduce myself, seeing as you're a top student in the field of conjugation.
Conjuration.
Yes.
Well, there's no backing up now. Oh boy.
You're still engaged, by the way.
I know, yeah. Give me a second. Questions. Ms. Friga, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions about...
Excuse me. I don't believe anyone has permitted you to speak.
Oh, here we go.
Celeste is still smiling, but you can faintly hear her grinding her teeth together.
So, we heard about what happened to Professor Bellwether. I can't believe it. Yes, it's quite tragic what happened to her. She has always been an acquaintance of House Frida.
She appears to be more receptive to Celeste. Might be better to let her take the lead on questioning.
All right, the murder.
We heard that you saw her on the day of the murder. Could you tell us more about what happened? Oh, you heard about that from your relative, did you? If you don't mind me asking, why are you so interested? She's not like Arya, is she?
Is that the one I'm supposed to like worse than Arya?
Yeah, this Miriam Frigga person, she's the one that deserves every ounce of your vitriol. We gotta prove that she did the killing, although I'm still suspecting Eris. And I'm still suspecting that Eris is trying to nail Miriam somehow, but I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, I'm just curious is all. You know how uneventful life can be sometimes, being a noble and all.
Excuse me, Heifer. Lady, how do I put this in a non-violent way? I will plant my head on your face so hard, all your arrogance out of you.
All right, tone it down.
Oh, is that all? I was worried you were going down the same path as that poor, confused Arya.
Ugh, what does she mean by that?
But I'm in the middle of a study break anyways. Suppose I have some time to sate your curiosity. Construct, please prepare some tea. Use that lotus tea we imported from the Eastern Kingdoms. She could be useful if I can win her favor.
Acknowledged.
Lotus tea? You have lotus juice?
I'm so mad I can't even sentence right.
You feel like I feel like
you.
Go ahead.
You feel like you're slowly losing control of the situation. What did you see?
I heard that you saw the professor on the day of the murder. Where did this happen? I was in the hallways when I saw her coming out of the headmaster's office. She was heading towards the library. Do you remember what time this happened? I'm not really sure, honestly. It's a little embarrassing, but I have a bad habit of getting too absorbed in my work. Sometimes I let entire hours pass without noticing.
Do you have a rough idea, at least?
I think it was in the morning.
She thinks it was in the morning.
But anyways, did anything seem off about her? No, it was a short encounter. I merely greeted her and she responded in kind. Or at least that's what should have happened.
That thought just now, what does it mean? You
slowly glance at Celeste and catch her attention. In small motions, you shake your head to indicate that Miriam is holding something back.
Were you and the professor really on good terms? I heard she was pretty... Oh, right. Were you and the professor really on good terms? I heard she was pretty mean towards the other students. Towards the riffraff, maybe, but not to students like us. She was a great ally to House Frigga. Or at least she used to be.
Oh, she reminds me of a certain AA character. Damn. You mean like, for instance, Franzi?
That's why we're planning on appointing her as the new headmaster. Wait, what did you just say?
Wait a minute, appointing her as the new headmaster, but she's dead. Haven't you heard the news?
Yes,
oh,
her.
boy.
I can't stand that. Yes, her. I can't stand that son of a bitch.
Can't you just call her a bitch and be done with it? Anyway.
Replacing the headmaster.
Did you just say that your family was going to appoint Bellwether as the new headmaster? Oh, I'm surprised you didn't know. House Frigga holds several seats on the Academy's board. We were making plans to have her replace that lout Redmond.
They were going to sack the headmaster?
What would be the fun in that?
Did Headmaster Redmond know about this? course not. This was part of a large-scale plan. Along with Redmond, we were also going to replace all of the staff members with arcane constructs. We had to keep everything under wraps, or else the help would have left prematurely. And where would that leave us?
But John supposedly overheard Bellwether talking about the constructs. Did Bellwether prematurely reveal the plan? Or was Jan lying about how he found out?
But alas, with Bellwether gone, we'll have to delay our plans.
Okay, so at least she's aware of the fact that she's dead.
Bellwether's plan has been updated in your court record.
House Frege was planning to fire Headmaster Theodore Redmond and replace him with Catherine Bellwether. They were also planning to fire all the Academy staff and replace them with arcane constructs. This was supposed to be kept a secret, but according to Jan, Bellwether revealed this plan to the Headmaster during a meeting a few weeks ago. So I wonder if that's why she was silenced.
Oh, that bastard.
That bastard. Frege's rapier. Okay, now we're about to get touchy.
And so, we heard that Arya took your rapier as evidence for the case. Oh, can you believe her? She still won't give it back to me. My father will have my head if I can't get it back soon. How did I even become a part of the investigation anyways? I don't know. Arya won't tell me anything.
That shitty baby-ass cunt.
I swear, if that necromancer was the one who stole it, I'll execute him myself. So someone did steal it from you? Yes, from right out of my room. When did this happen? About a few weeks ago. I noticed when I came back from one of my classes, someone removed the rapier from its display case in my room.
How did they get into your room in the first place?
Do you think someone used magic to teleport past the door? Ugh, please, I'm a master of conjuration magic. If someone attempted that, my enchantments would have shunted them out.
This means that the thief came through one of the doors or the windows.
I bet it was that necromancer. I'm sure a street child like him just knows how to pick a lock.
Uh-oh.
She's just grinding her teeth.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah. I don't know. I'm telling you, it's Eris. Eris is behind all of this. I swear. She has to be. Anyway.
Lady, if you don't tone down that attitude, I'll execute the sentence of old school discipline. With my hand, a Hot Wheels track, an extension cord, a glass bottle, a braided rope.
Holy smokes. It's a little extreme.
Yikes,
anyway, you're great.
I've heard that you're one of the Academy's top students. Your grades must be amazing. Well, of course. As an inheritor of House Frege, my grades are impeccable. Feels good to have my greatness recognized.
That's strange. I don't see anything contradictory through the eye this time. I'm making it... okay.
You may make a gesture towards Celeste to continue pressing her.
Oh, what kind of magic do you study here? You must be joking. I study magic from the School of Conjuration. Just like most members of my house. The School of Conjuration? That's the type of magic that specializes in spatial manipulation and teleportation, right? Yes, I consider myself quite the expert in that field. Why, the crown...
And anyone with hurt feelings, although I doubt you understand what feelings are, I gotta get this up. Hey, Indie King Joe, welcome to the chat, my man.
Yep, you can thank Big No Shot Bot TTV for that one.
Why, the Crown Prince himself has asked for my assistance in a research study. It's nice to work with someone of my caliber.
Again, I'm not seeing any thoughts that contradict what she's saying. Does that mean she's not lying? If she's smart enough to get the Crown Prince's attention, why would she be cheating? Hang on a second. Maybe she's not cheating. Because check it out. This note says there's a tightly packed folder containing several documents. Documents contain evidence detailing multiple instances of plagiarism, fraud, bribery of school. Andrew, it's Eris Illmatter. It's Eris Illmatter. She snuck into her locker room. She snuck in and stole the rapier. She planted the phony evidence about evidence of academic dishonesty. She tried to get this woman railroaded, and I guarantee you, I'm thinking Eris killed Catherine Bellwether and tried to implicate Miriam Frege here. I'm again. Have to prove it, but I'm telling you, it's Eris. Anyway.
All right, now
it's also entirely possible that she's just that stupid.
You said something about my wayward relative before. Were you talking about Arya? I'm terribly sorry if I offended you, but I'm sure it must pain you to see the way she's been acting lately. Yes, it's been extremely hard.
Hang in there, Celeste.
Did you know that she even interrogated me about the murder yesterday? Can you believe it? A Steelwind running around a crime scene like a common knight. Well, if I tried something like that, my father would disown me.
Does the nobility not approve of Steelwind becoming a prosecutor? I always thought that it was strange. What is motivating her to do this?
Honestly, she probably thinks she could do anything just because of her betrothed. Aster deserves better.
Wait a minute, her betrothed? What? Who is that?
Aster. Even Zion has figured out. Samara? Oh, that's it. I grabbed a panel, a TV, an anvil, a trash bag, a boat, a bat, a straight jacket, and some spaghetti, just in case you need to whoop some ass. Celeste's eyes perk up upon hearing this. You'd be lying if you weren't also curious about who this Aster is. But you shoot her a stern look that tells her to stay focused. You can't risk blowing your cover for some gossip. Let's talk to her. Arcane construct.
You have an arcane construct in your room. I thought they only had them in the library and the locker room. This construct was a gift from the House Van Sanctus. I have to say they're quite convenient to have around. And they look really cool. Maybe I should get one. You should. A construct would be far more useful than this attendant of yours. Unfortunately, there are still some issues with their intelligence. Their intelligence? There are issues when you give them complex commands. Might be easier to show you.
Miriam turns to the construct and begins gesturing towards it.
Construct, please retrieve my textbooks and bring them here. Then cast Steelwind Strike at this location. After that, retrieve some plates and set them out at this table.
Acknowledged.
What?
The construct stands up and retrieves Miriam's textbooks from one of the shelves in the room. It brings them to the table you're sitting at, just like she ordered. But then, it suddenly stops moving.
Wait, what happened? Wait, what happened? The construct obviously can't cast Steelwind Strike, so my second command was impossible to carry out. But did you notice something else? It ignored your third command too. Correct. My third command was possible to carry out.
I'm gonna go murder she wrote up in this bitch. I swear to Dumbledore I will.
So why did it ignore that command? constructs execute a series of commands in the order that they are given. But let's say one of those tasks is impossible to complete. When the construct gets to that task, it will deem the entire series impossible to complete. As a result, it will stop executing the series altogether. So if tasking a series of commands is impossible, then that command will interrupt the sequence of commands. Exactly.
Construct's logic limitation has been added to the court record.
Arcane constructs process tasks in the order that they're given. If a construct is ordered to complete tasks A, B, and C, it will process each of those tasks individually. If task B is impossible, the construct won't realize this until it reaches task B. When it reaches task B, it will deem the entire series of commands as impossible and stop what it's doing, without even attempting to complete task C. Lady Steelwind, I'm afraid we must leave now if we want to make our next engagement.
Oh, right. Let's go, servant. Oh, leaving already? It was a pleasure talking to you. Yeah, sure. I hope to see you around.
You make your way back to the foyer with Celeste. With all the time you spent, you only have a brief amount of time before night falls.
Are you sure you didn't want to talk to her more? We were getting a lot out of her.
Someone let Samara know that I'll beat her ass and repent in the process. And Miriam, just keep your damn mouth shut if you want to stay around for the next cookout. Beat her ass, yep.
Well, we already got a lot of useful information out of her. The more time we spend with her, the more likely she is to see through our ruse.
Right.
So, why Steelwind?
I don't know. I panicked. Arya's like the only noble I know.
What about Pierce?
I'm not using that creep's name.
Well, hopefully Steelwind doesn't mind us borrowing her name.
And we got her statement on what she saw that day.
And there's also what she said about her rapier.
Dumbledore loved me regardless.
I bet she was lying when she said it was stolen. She was probably trying to establish an alibi.
I'm not so sure.
Why do you say that?
Doesn't it feel too obvious? If she was lying about the rapier being stolen, that would imply that she planned all of this in advance. But if she had to choose a murder weapon, why would she choose something that literally has her name on it? I'd understand if the murder was a spur-of-the-moment decision. She might have just used something nearby in this case. But if this was a premeditated murder committed by Miriam, that rapier would be the last weapon she would choose.
Right. I guess that makes sense.
There's also the evidence of academic dishonesty. It doesn't match up with what we heard from Miriam.
You mean all that stuff about working with the Crown Prince? She was probably just making things up to look good in front of me.
I have an insight when it comes to things like this. Under normal circumstances, I can usually tell when someone is lying. And a lie as grandiose as that would be something I would definitely see through. People can subconsciously shield themselves from the eye of Horus even if they don't know about it. When they do that, I usually can't see any thoughts from them. I also saw that she was lying about her encounter with Bellwether. I would have seen distant thoughts if she was lying about her grades.
Well, I guess I trust your insight. But what does this mean?
I don't know. Even with everything we found, I'm still not sure who the real culprit is. At the very least, I think we should still try to pull Miriam onto the stand. If she testifies in court, I might be able to find something I can use. But that's a big maybe. If I don't play my cards right, I might spook the Fragers enough for them to pay off the judge.
Either way, it's getting late. We'll probably have to turn in soon.
Yeah. I just hope I did enough to acquit Wallace. Would you like to save your progress? See.
Because you never know.
Okay, well, we got 20 minutes left. We go forward.
with like a breath exhale from the earth, with vigor in our hearts, one gun in sight.
I love that quote, by the way. Court is now resumed for the trial of Wallace Nightgrave. Let us review the proceedings from yesterday. It was revealed that the trace of necromancy may not have been left by the defendant. It may have been left by a witness who used necromancy to attempt to heal the victim. However, the victim was seen by witnesses well after her time of death. This could only be explained by the defendant using necromancy to animate the victim's body. This leaves the question, where did the murder take place? Does the prosecution have an answer for this?
Based on the testimonies of several witnesses, it is very likely that the murder took place in the library.
Interesting. What led you to this conclusion, Miss Steelwind?
First, I'd like to remind the court where the victim was sighted before the body was found. It began when the victim had a meeting with the headmaster near the center of the building.
Our meeting was scheduled for 12 p.m. According to my schedule for that day, our meeting lasted for an hour.
This brings us to the statement of the next witness, a student at the academy. This student saw the victim walking in the hallways. I saw her coming out of the headmaster's office. She was heading towards the library. Which means that our first witness saw Bellwether leave the headmaster's office. Presumably, this would have happened after her meeting there. That would time this encounter at around 1 p.m. The other event is the discovery of the body, which was when Valentina Ianus contacted security. I suddenly spotted a professor lying in a pool of blood in the classroom. Valentina used the communication device to call for help while I tried to save her. As we've already established, this event occurred at 3:04 p.m. But the significance of this time is in what occurred before the body was discovered. The second witness, a member of the cleaning staff, spotted the victim in the west wing hallway.
Bellwether knocked over a vase, and there were shards and dirt everywhere. It was probably 20 or 30 minutes before the twins found the body.
This means that this encounter must have happened no later than 2:30 p.m. And this implies that the victim was near the library between 1 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. According to the defendant's statements, he was in the library during this time period. Furthermore, the time of death was at 2:07 p.m. This means that Mr. Hughes saw the victim's animated body.
Oh boy. So here we go. Steelwind's deduction. Go ahead.
Steelwind's deduction has been added into the court record.
The prosecution's theory lays out the following timeline for Catherine Bellwether's movements on the day of the murder. 12 to 1 p.m., Theodore Redmond has a meeting with Bellwether. 1 p.m., Miriam Frege saw Bellwether walking in the hallways. 1 to 2 p.m., Bellwether spent time in the library. 2 to 3 p.m., Wallace Nightgrave murdered Bellwether. 2:30 p.m., Jan Hughes witnessed Bellwether walking towards Lecture Hall 2B. 3 p.m., the Ianus sisters discovered Bellwether's body.
I bang my gavel, penalty to Miss Steelwind just because I don't like you.
I see. Your deduction clearly tracks, Miss Steelwind.
Certainly.
What? Certainly. Okay, clearly. Never mind, sorry. What do you have to say in your defense, Mr. Cuthbert? The prosecution's argument is definitely well thought out, Your Honor. However, it is entirely predicated on the testimonies of all the witnesses involved.
Steelwind's seduction has to have a hole somewhere.
Actually, I want to try this. Steelwind's deduction has to have a hole somewhere. And since our conversation yesterday, I've had a feeling that Miriam isn't hiding something. If I want to get to the truth, I need to drag that out of her through a cross-examination. Your Honor, to test the validity of these claims, the defense would like both of these witnesses to testify. The defense calls Miriam Frager to the stand. Frager?
At the mention of her name, the judge's face turns a bit pale.
I had a feeling it would come to this.
Do you have any objections, Miss Steelwind?
I do not, Your Honor.
Oh shit, here we go.
Oh boy.
She's definitely placing a lot of trust in Tyrion here. Very well. Bailiff, please escort Lady Frager to the stand. She doesn't look happy.
Witness, please state your name and occupation for the... You little snakes! How dare you deceive me? Oh, it looks like she found out. I had the opportunity to debrief the witness beforehand. Ms. McCoy, for the record, I told you to exercise discretion. I did not mean that you should impersonate a member of my family. Yeah, sorry about that. I gave you all of the tea that I imported from the Eastern Kingdoms. I demand that you return it to me. No, you gave them to me. They're legally mine now.
I'm not sure what your business with the witness is, Ms. McCoy, but I'd ask that you please handle your personal disputes outside of the courtroom.
Anyways, Miriam, could you please testify to the court about your encounter with the victim? Very well.
All right, time for a little witness testimony. Oops.
I was working on a research project in my dorm room when I decided to take a break. I left my room and went on a walk. That's when I saw Professor Bellwether exiting the headmaster's office. She was walking in my direction, so I greeted her, and she responded in kind. After that, she headed towards the library. A short time after that, I went back to my room and continued my work.
I see. So it was only a brief encounter.
However brief it was, the witness's testimony verifies two things. One is that Miss Frager saw the professor exiting the headmaster's office. The other is that she witnessed the victim head toward the library. This gives us a rough timeline of where the victim was before her death.
That does seem consistent. Did Bellwether really enter the library that day? I feel like I would have seen her there if I did.
If she did, yeah.
If she did, yeah, right. Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination.
You're the man. Cross-examination time.
I was working on a research project in my dorm room when I decided to take a break.
I'm grilling this bitch like a hamburger, extra crispy. Held it. Was this research project a part of your skill work?
It was an independent study to develop a new conjuration spell formula. The project is being sponsored by the Crown Prince himself. I wasn't aware that he was involved in such a study. Of course you wouldn't. Did you expect to know every aspect of his life, dear Arya?
I'm sensing a bit of aggression.
If you don't keep an eye on him, House Frager might just steal him back from you. As if His Highness would align himself with your rapacious family. Our banking houses form the economic infrastructure. Our banking houses form the economic infrastructure of our kingdom. But perhaps he'll come to the steel winds if he needs to. But perhaps he'll come to the steel winds if he needs to clear a den of goblins.
With all due respect, may we please focus on the matter at hand?
No shot, but TTV says choo choo.
Are we still going on this hype train thing?
Of course, Your Honor.
Okay, so apparently the crown prince is Arya's betrothed. So she's oh wow. So Arya's looking to marry the crown prince. Oh shit, that's juicy. Anyway.
Oh boy.
It sounds like it, but anyway.
I left my room and went on a walk. That's when I saw Professor Bellwether exiting the headmaster's office.
Held it. And you're sure that you saw her exit the headmaster's office?
Yes, I remember it clearly. I was surprised that she was still meeting with the headmaster at all.
She must be talking about how they were plotting to replace him.
Did you interact with the professor at all, Miriam? She was walking in my direction, so I greeted her and she responded in kind.
Check the deduction. Yeah, okay, hold it.
Did anything seem off about her?
No, but it was a very short encounter. It's not as if we stopped to have a conversation.
You said that you greeted her and she responded. What words did she use?
Why is that important?
Ms. Frager, it's possible that someone used illusion magic that day. Every detail about the victim's interactions could be important.
Well, I bid her good morning, and she said good morning in response. After that, she headed towards the library.
Go back a statement, or you figure it out.
Yeah, let me figure it out. After that, she headed towards the library. Held it. Did you see her enter the library?
I didn't, but there's not much else in that direction. From the testimony of Jan Hughes, we know that she later came from the library. Even if she didn't enter the library, she was still in that area for more than an hour. A short time after that, I went back to my room and continued my work.
Held it. How long did you leave your dorm room?
Only for a few minutes. I try not to let my breaks go for too long.
And you didn't see the professor again after your first encounter?
No, I did not. Her testimony seems pretty straightforward, but she could still be lying.
I'm honestly not sure. We'll just have to focus on her statements about how Bellwether acted. So ding dong. So it's this one here, right? She was walking towards me, so I bid her good morning, and she responded in kind. So let's see here. Had a tense relation with just about everyone in the academy. She had a history of bullying students from the common folk and mistreating the academy staff. For several years, she used her position to curry favor with the noble houses. And I don't think it's that one, because she is a member of the nobility, so she would have been nice to her. Let me see. 30 minutes before the Bellwether walked past Jan in the West Wing. The Bellwether, no, that's not it. Let's see.
Let me know when let me know when you're stumped.
Okay, I mean, part of me is thinking I should probably bring this out, but okay, tell me if I'm warm or not, or if I'm red hot. I'm stumped.
Wait. Okay. Check out Check out Steven's deduction. Let me read it out to you. See what I'm talking about.
Never mind. Okay, so let me see. Where is it?
Yeah.
Well, where is it? I can't see it.
Yeah, it's on. Just click Steel Wind. See if that says that.
No, that's Steel's orders.
Okay, well, it's got to be in the next page. Oh, profiles? No. Clues. Oh, there's no next page.
Yeah. Academy lockdown system. Evidence of dissent.
I got my quips and weapons of mass destruction ready for the guilt party of the demon voice. Feel my mother effing wrath.
Jesus. Yeah, he's ready. So I'm tempted to do this just to cause a little drama. Okay. I'm going to try it. Objection. Your Honor, it's clear that the witness's testimony is contradictory, and this piece of evidence proves it. I fail to see how that proves anything, Mr. Cuthbert. Oh, I guess you're right.
Wrong.
So I'm walking towards me, so I better... You're positive this is the statement?
Yep.
Okay, so at least I'm there. So we're talking about Steelwind's deduction, right?
Right.
Pillars... Tense relationship, map. Oh, okay. So check it out. All right. So storage closet, lecture hall 2B, the kitchen, the headmaster's office. Yeah, there is not much there, so I don't think it's the map. But
translation, I got some shit and I want to use it.
I'm gonna test this.
Objection!
Nope. That's not. I failed to see how that proves anything, Mr. Cuthbert. You better try again. Okay, let me see. Prosecutor stealing what is no. I'm gonna okay.
Try. Can you try to get to the next page?
I'm clicking this arrow like Hogan's goat, but I can't get there. Hang on.
Check pro.
Oh,
check,
I scrolled down. Oh my God. All right. Now look at this.
Okay.
House Frege was playing the husband. So I know that you said this, right? So let me look at this. Okay, fuck it.
Look at it. Okay, the prosecution theory lays out the following timeline for Catherine Bellwether's movements on the day of the murder. 12 to 1 p.m. Theodore Redmond has a meeting with Bellwether. 1 p.m. Miriam Frege saw Bellwether walking in the hallways. 1 to 2 p.m. Bellwether spent time in the library. 2 to 2:30 p.m. Wallace Nightgrave murdered Bellwether.
Yeah, so there's nothing. So okay, because it doesn't mention anything about a gesture, but that doesn't mean anything. Anyway. Objection. Ms. Frege, if I recall correctly, you have a habit of getting absorbed in your work, so much so that you'll even lose track of the time of day.
Yes, but what does that have to do with my testimony?
Earlier in today's proceedings, the prosecutor made the following argument.
Our first witness saw Bellwether leave the meeting with the headmaster. That would time this encounter around 1 p.m.
Ms. Frege, if you had said good morning to the professor, you would have been mistaken, because that encounter could only have happened during the afternoon.
And your point is? You said it yourself, Mr. Cuthbert. The witness simply lost track of time.
What the witness said isn't what's important here. The significance is in what the professor said in response. She had just come out of a meeting that was scheduled for noon. She would be well aware there was no longer morning. So why would she respond, good morning? Wouldn't she have corrected the witness?
The encounter was extremely short, and the victim's mind may have been preoccupied. She could have easily responded to the witness without thinking. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of agree with her. It's not hard to believe that they were both confused about the time.
It's definitely a stretch, but I still can't shake the feeling that she's hiding something. Every time I ask her about how Bellwether acted that day, the eye picks something up. There has to be something there. Miss Frege, you haven't been entirely truthful in your testimony, have you?
That's absurd. What reason would I have to lie? It's such a small detail. Why does he even care?
Every detail about how she acted is important, Miss Frege. What aren't you telling us?
Mr. Cuthbert, you have no basis to accuse the witness of perjury.
Yes, you will stop this at once. Miss Frege, you're lying about how Bellwether responded to your greeting, aren't you?
It doesn't make a difference. All she did was yell at me.
Oh, this is where the paperwork comes into play.
Judge needs to shut his William Hartnell looking ass up and let Cuthbert cook. Friggin' that bow tie is absurd. Please shut the hell up.
All she did was yell. Ms. Frege, is it possible that Bellwether's response was less than friendly?
What do you care? What difference does it make? Why is he being so persistent?
My job is to make sure every part of your testimony is truthful. Every detail matters, no matter how seemingly insignificant.
I hope you know my William Hartnell reference.
Sorry, buddy, I don't, so go ahead and bang your gavel.
Penalty!
Mr. Cuthbert, you will stop this, or I will find you in contempt. The professor yelled at you, didn't she, Miss Frege?
Oh, so what if she did?
I'm sorry, but there's no going back on what you just said. So, you do admit that she yelled at you?
You impertinent little... Yes, I admit it. The professor didn't greet me back that day. Oh, good morning, Professor. Be quiet. Huh?
She said the same thing. Be quiet. Oh. Do you Andrew? Do you think perhaps she was killed in the headmaster's office?
I
Because
think so.
listen, she said the exact same thing. She said the exact same thing to Miriam that she said to Jan in the hallway. Be quiet. Anyway.
She yelled at me to be quiet. But until then, we had always been nothing but courteous with each other. I don't know what got into her that day, but something put her in a foul mood. But that's it. Everything else I said was the truth. They'll believe me, right? I did see her come out of the headmaster's office and walk towards the library. That part is true.
I banged my gavel so hard that Verity Cavell comes in and said, "That's how you bang a gavel."
So she wasn't lying about that.
So, is that all, Mr. Cuthbert?
What do you mean, is that all?
You badgered this witness, also you could prove what exactly?
The witness committed perjury.
The witness changed a small detail of her testimony. A detail that is inconsequential to the case. It was clearly an act with no malicious intent.
Ugh. After seeing her thoughts, it's hard to disagree with that. I was so sure that the eye would lead me somewhere. Frege was only lying to save face.
The witness saw the victim leave the headmaster's office and head toward the library. Do you have any concrete evidence to refute that, Mr. Cuthbert?
No, I suppose I don't.
Wait, is this really okay? At this rate, this will be the only chance you'll have to cross-examine her.
I don't think she's lying anymore, and I was really pushing my luck earlier. If I continue pressing her, the judge might actually charge me with contempt. But if Miriam isn't the one that's lying, then... The The defense has no further questions for the witness, Miss Steelwind.
The prosecutor stays silent for a while. She almost looks disappointed.
Very well. Miriam, you are dismissed.
She wanted to see her get on the hook for those cheating charges.
Ooh. Miriam still looks like she's fuming, but she leaves the room without protest. The judge breathes a sigh of relief as the young noble is escorted out of the room.
Now, with that out of the way, what else do you have, Mr. Cuthbert?
The only way to refute the prosecutor's theory is to cast doubt on one of the witnesses. If it wasn't Miriam, then...
I chase after Miriam, and the last thing I chase after Miriam, and the last thing you hear is Avada Kedavra and a scream.
Here's the kicker. They don't scream. They just fall over. Jesus. Okay, anyway. Steelwind, to test your theory, we must question every witness that saw the victim that day. So with that said, the defense would like to call Jan Hughes to the stand.
I hope you understand, Mr. Cuthbert.
Oh shit, plot twist. The scream is from me. Oh boy. I did it in rage. Oh boy. Okay, anyway, hope you understand, Mr. Cuthbert.
Your entire case rests on the assumption that one of the witnesses' accounts is incorrect. If your cross-examination of Mr. Hughes leads nowhere, then I hope you're ready to concede.
I don't like the sound of it, but she's right. Unless I can find something in Jan's testimony, I won't really have anything to disprove her theory.
Bailiff, please bring in Mr. Hughes. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the courtroom. Witness, name and occupation.
Right. My name is John Hughes. I'm on the cleaning staff of the academy.
Mr. Hughes, please testify to the court about your encounter with the professor that day.
Sure.
All right, time for the witness testimony.
I saw the professor when I was cleaning the West Wing hallways. It was about 20 or 30 minutes before the body was discovered. She walked by me, but she looked pretty out of it. Heard she was undead when this happened. I heard she was undead when this happened. Pretty creepy if you ask me.
How does he know about that? I'm going to have to press him on that statement. Yep.
Damn right.
So after that, she went into the empty classroom.
Well, that was straightforward.
Come on, Jan, what are we supposed to do with that?
I don't know. You guys are the lawyers. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination.
All right, cross-examination time.
Saw the professor when I was cleaning the West Wing hallways about 20 or 30 minutes before the body was discovered.
Which, that's right.
She walked by me, but she looked pretty out of it.
Now I'm going to press him on this. Held it. Did anything else look off about her?
I mean, yeah, she was an undead after all.
That remains to be proven.
If you say so.
Anyways, what was her demeanor like?
She looked like she was in a bad mood. Either that or she was tired. But I guess she was just dead inside. Literally. Heard she was undead when this happened. Pretty creepy if you ask me.
How do you know that? I believe you've forgotten a few details about what the professor did. Oh, great, it's Dollar Store Al Capone.
Yep. Yeah? Sorry. It's hard to remember these things sometimes.
Which detail should I ask him for? Okay, did she did she no, okay. I'm thinking it's did she make any sounds or did she touch anything? Because remember, he said she broke a vase, right? So
Right, but
I'm
That
thinking.
may have been someone That one may have been just someone disguised as her. So,
All right. So did she make any sounds? Well, yeah. We're gonna have him say she said be quiet. Did you hear her make any sounds?
Oh, yeah. After she knocked over the vase, she yelled at me to be quiet. I didn't even say anything.
This detail could be extremely important. Please add it to your testimony, Mr. Hughes.
Whatever you say, man. After that, she went... Okay. I heard she was indeed. It's pretty creepy because she yelled at me.
Should I press him some
present
more?
something.
Okay.
Present something because remember what you theorized about the disguise or something?
Yeah.
What spell is that?
Oh, okay. So that would have been illusory disguise. No.
Nope.
Three-dimensional illusion. The illusion can take the form of any object or creature that can be contained in a 10-foot cube. While concentrating, the caster can animate and move the image to a different location within range. The illusion is purely visual and can't be physically touched.
That's not it.
It's gotta be this
Look at all
one.
the
Then.
spell.
Anyway,
No.
all right. Prestidigitation, mend wounds, revive, animate corpse.
Reanimates the target using life. Reanimates the target using life energy, creating an undead minion for the duration. The minion follows the caster's orders, but its intelligence is limited and cannot speak. The minion can end the spell prematurely, but will only do so if ordered to by the caster. Once the spell is ended,
So she wasn't undead because animate corpse, the undead can't speak. Yet she said be quiet. So objection. Mr. Hughes, you said that Bellwether yelled at you. What were her exact words?
should we give him what accent did Al Capone have? All I know is the word capiche.
I think she yelled at me to be quiet.
What?
I thought it was weird. I didn't even say anything. But I knew better than to talk back to her.
That's the thing, Hughes. The prosecution's theory is as such. The professor was murdered in the library and was reanimated using animate corpse. With a quick illusion spell, no one would notice that she was undead. However, if what you saw was truly the undead Bellwether, how did she speak to you?
Huh?
This doesn't make any sense.
Mr. Hughes, undead can follow simple orders, but they don't have the intelligence to speak.
Perhaps the witness was mistaken.
No, I'm sure I heard her yell at me. I remember because what she said didn't make any sense.
Exactly. He didn't say anything, but she still yelled at him to be quiet. Wait a minute. You want to know something else?
Huh?
What if Catherine Bellwether isn't actually dead?
Wait a minute. Now, let me ask you this question. Whose voice was used in one of the arcane constructs?
Catherine Bellwether's.
That's right.
So somebody used a construct to and turned him into Catherine Bellwether. So again, she either was murdered in the headmaster's office or she's not dead at all. So yeah, somebody's using it. Somebody's using a construct and moving her around. So what the hell's going on? Wait a minute. I'm afraid I don't understand. We've already established that the victim was dead long before her encounter with Mr. Hughes. But if what he saw wasn't an undead, what was it?
It had to be an undead. What other explanation is there?
It couldn't have been a major illusion. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been able to shove John out of the way or knock over the vase. Whatever it was, someone probably used illusory disguise to make it look like Bellwether. Does that mean it was a person? No, if it was a person, how did Bellwether's body end up in the lecture hall? Bellwether wouldn't have been able to turn herself invisible if she was dead. And whatever John saw, it needs to be something that could have transported Bellwether's body unseen. It would have also needed to have a mass and the ability to speak. What created Bellwether's voice? At the very least, it needs to be something that can recreate Bellwether's voice. What could have done that?
Oh, yeah. You remember?
All together, everybody.
3, 2. Oh, wait.
No,
Do it again. All together, everybody.
Take that. No,
What?
no, that's not right. There has to be something. There has to be something I've seen that could have recreated Bellwether's voice. What could have done that? What? That was it, though. Oh no, duh, the wrong
No,
one.
construct in the locker room.
It's this
That's
one. Okay, try it again.
3, 2, 1. Take that.
That's it. Do you have an answer for us, Mr. Cuthbert? What did the witness actually see? Your Honor, the witness didn't actually hear the dead victim speaking. What he actually heard was her voice being recreated using magic.
Are you trying to say that her voice was recreated using a spell?
Not a spell, Steelwind, it was artificery. And whoever the murderer is, they had the perfect piece of artificery available to them. One programmed with Catherine Bellwether's voice. Maybe it was the headmaster that killed her. He's the only person that has the ability to set the voices.
That's right.
Oh, shit.
You can't possibly mean...
That's right, Steelwind. What Mr. Hughes saw was an arcane construct. An arcane construct? Think of it as a magically animated suit of armor, Your Honor. But we ruled out such a possibility, hadn't we? Construct or not, no one could disguise themselves and carry the body to the classroom. A person wouldn't have been able to do it. But arcane constructs are a different thing entirely. Those suits of armor are extremely large, but more importantly, they're hollow. Holy shit! So anyway, I see. So somebody stuffed her dead body inside of an arcane construct and instructed the construct to walk to the classroom. That's crazy. That means, theoretically, someone could have placed the victim's body inside it. The arcane construct wouldn't just transport the body. With an illusory disguise, it would also confuse and mislead anyone who saw it.
Objection! I commend your deduction, Mr. Cuthbert. I would have never considered that possibility. It's certainly plausible, but what does this prove exactly?
It proves that the body wasn't animated using necromancy. My client isn't the murderer.
The defendant is still capable of performing all the acts that you described. His compendium contains illusory disguise, after all.
There were several students in the library that day. Any of them could have committed the murder.
One might come to that conclusion if they didn't have one crucial piece of evidence. I'd like to present a new piece of evidence to the court.
From under her table, you see Miss Steelwind pull out the bloody rapier. Oh, shit.
Blood? Is that?
Yes, Your Honor. This is the murder weapon. She was saving there for the perfect moment, wasn't she? This rapier was reported stolen by Miriam Frager weeks before the murder. And during the investigation, it was finally found in the defendant's locker.
Wait!
He was clearly trying to use one of her possessions in a paltry attempt to frame her. Why, he even stole her locker's nameplate and placed it over his.
Hold on a second. We don't know he did that. He didn't do that, but somebody else might have. We gotta dust that shit for fingerprints.
No! Damn it! That's not what happened! But honestly, it sounds more plausible than what really took place.
We're basically back to square one, aren't we? Anyone could have told that construct to do all those things.
Wait, anyone? Is that really true? The construct transported the professor's body, and someone used an illusion to make it look like her. They even used a pre-recorded voice to make the illusion more convincing. Who ordered the construct to hide the body? Could anyone have done that?
Oh, remember that theory before? Okay, get the profiles ready.
Okay.
Get your profiles ready. All together, everybody. 3, 2, and not her. What? Okay.
Well, she has
Was-
illusion magic, right?
Right.
Okay, hold on. Well, again, the headmaster might have done it because he has illusion magic.
Right.
Are we pointing the finger at him?
Yes, we are.
Okay, do it again.
3, 2, 1. Take that. Several memories flood back to you.
Mr. Hughes, you said that Bellwether yelled at you. What were her exact words?
I think she yelled at me to be quiet.
She yelled at me to be quiet. But until then, we had always been nothing but courteous with each other. I don't know what got into her that day, but something put her in a foul mood. Be quiet.
Sorry.
Be quiet.
Eris begins giggling. She seems amused by what's happening.
The construct's voice is just a series of pre-recorded messages.
Bro, that was the arcane construct ordered to walk around with Catherine Bellwether's body in it.
Oh my God.
Jesus H. Christ, it's right under our goddamn noses. Anyway.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but it uses the voice of Professor Bellwether. Unfortunately, you can't make them say anything other than what's recorded. Only the headmaster can change those settings.
Uh-oh.
No, it can't be him.
What is it, Tyrion? Did you figure something out?
I did. But is he seriously the one behind all this? Miss Steelwind, earlier you said that my client could have orchestrated this entire ruse. But that's simply not true.
How so? Anyone could have ordered the construct to carry out the victim's body.
Yes, but not everyone can change what the constructs are able to say. Only one individual has the credentials for that. Theodore Redmond, headmaster of the Imperial Academy.
Ugh. Wait, you're not serious, are you? You think the headmaster did all this?
I don't want to believe it, but he's the only person who could have done it.
That's completely ridiculous! Headmaster Redmond would never do something like this!
Ms. Steelwind, there's one common element between each of the witnesses' encounters with Bellwether. It's what Bellwether said to them.
She yelled at both of them to be quiet.
Miriam Frager was particularly surprised. She had a good relationship with the professor. But when greeted by the professor, Bellwether just shouted at her, almost as if the professor was responding indiscriminately. And recall her encounter with John Hughes. The professor knocked over a vase and shouted at him to be quiet immediately after, even though he hadn't said anything.
She was responding to the sound of the vase breaking.
Now let me ask you this, Steelwind. Where did Bellwether come from before she encountered Miss Frege and Mr. Hughes?
A meeting.
With the headmaster. It appears that the defense truly means to indict Theodore Redmond. If so, we have no choice but to take a brief recess until he can be brought here. Dude.
There's no need.
No, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. Eris did it. Eris frickin' did it.
Fortunately for you, I'm already in the gallery. The headmaster stood up from the gallery seats behind you and slowly walked onto the witness stand. Has he been here the entire time? No, please correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Cuthbert. But do you think I am the one who committed this crime?
I'm sorry, Redmond, but no matter how I look at it, everything I've found points to you.
No, there's no need to apologize. In fact, I should commend you on the legs that you're going to defend dear Wallace.
The court appreciates your understanding, Mr. Redmond.
No, then. To clear the air, I suppose I should give my testimony on what happened that day. All right, time for a little witness testimony. That day, I had a meeting scheduled with the professor at noon. She showed up at the expected time, and we discussed various administrative matters. Our meeting went on for an hour, after which she left to prepare for her next class. Despite our many disagreements, we still knew how to be civil with one another. After all, I had no reason to bear a personal grudge against her.
That's a lie.
I just can't see it. He seems like such a nice person. Is he really the person we're looking for?
He has to be. No one else could have orchestrated this entire plot. I just need to find out how and why. Go ahead.
You may be accusing Eris of committing Wallace's murder, but I don't think that's it. I think she may have done more than that. But
so she's guilty of more than just this murder. I mean, I can't imagine. Yeah, I mean, she's sus as hell. I mean, yeah, but
why do you think she has that glitch on her anyway?
Yeah, it's that illusion magic, dude. I don't trust her for a minute. Anyway.
Yeah, just keep your eyes on her.
Absolutely.
All right, cross-examination time.
I know exactly. I know exactly what I need to do. I had no reason to bear a personal grudge against her. Bullshit. Had a tense relationship for several years. No, hang on. No, Nicole.
What was her plan? Remember?
Oh yeah. House Frege was planning to hire Fredmaster Theodore Redmond and replace him with Catherine Bellwether. Also planning to fire all the academy staff. So, according to Jan, Bellwether revealed this plan to the headmaster during a meeting a few weeks ago. Objection! Redmond, did you really hold no animosity towards Professor Bellwether?
Of course not. I did have strong opinions about her methods of teaching. But I always remained professional. We both did.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. In fact, I think you might have had a very good reason to murder the professor. Considering that she was going to take your job.
What?
So you knew about that?
I'm sorry, but I don't follow. Just how was the professor going to take the headmaster's job?
According to Miriam Frege, Catherine Bellwether was currying favor with the noble families. In fact, there was a plan to oust Mr. Redmond and appoint Bellwether as the new headmaster of the academy.
What? But But in any case, I doubt that the headmaster had any idea of this until now.
I'd like to remind the court of the witness's reaction just now. He said, so you knew about that. His reaction was one of surprise. But he wasn't surprised by this information. He was surprised that I knew this information.
That's...
Please, dear Arya. I may be a frail old man, but I'm perfectly capable of defending myself.
If you have an explanation, Mr. Redmond, then by all means, I'd love to hear it.
Gladly. All right. Time for the witness testimony.
He's starting to crack.
It is true that I knew about the Frigga's plot beforehand, but I had only just learned about it. On the day of the murder, the professor told me about her plan. She was going to replace me as headmaster and replace the staff with her arcane constructs. There's a connection there. Now, you might say that this would have given me the perfect motive to murder the professor. However, the supposed murder weapon was stolen from his Frigga. This happened weeks before the murder and my discovery of the professor's treachery. I had no knowledge of their plan before she told me, and therefore, I wouldn't have known to steal Miss Frigga's weapon in an attempt to frame her.
Are you satisfied now, Mr. Cuthbert? There is no way that the headmaster could have come up with this plan. Oh, crap. Give me a second. If he really did do this, that means he stole the rapier too, right?
Most likely.
His alibi makes sense. He couldn't have planned this whole thing unless he knew about Bellwether's plans. That would mean he knew about this weeks ago. But how did he even find out?
The best way to tell a convincing lie is to leave a lot of truths and only change one detail. Maybe Bellwether did tell him, but she actually told him weeks ago. The question is, how do I prove that? Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination. Now, check it out. I'll let this load for a second. So here's the deal. That plan says this was supposed to be kept a secret, but according to Jan, Bellwether revealed this plan to the headmaster during a meeting, quote-unquote, a few weeks ago. So that's the evidence right there.
Right.
I only just learned about it. Nope.
Not this statement.
Okay, probably the last one then.
No, the second one. Here's what it says. It says, on the day of the murder, the professor told me about her plan. She was going to replace me as headmaster, replace the staff with her arcane constructs. Yeah, so hit him with it.
This testimony, because that was a... Objection! Redmond, you keep saying that you didn't know about Bellwether's plot before yesterday. Do you still plan on standing behind that claim?
Of course I am, because it's the truth.
I'm sorry, Redmond, but you should really close your doors during your meetings.
What? Did someone say?
It is true that Bellwether revealed her plan to you during one of your meetings. In fact, Jan Hughes happened to overhear that same meeting. But he only overheard the part where the staff would be replaced. And that's the strangest part, Redmond. According to Mr. Hughes, this meeting occurred weeks ago.
You can't accuse the headmaster of perjury based on a rumor. Everything you've just said is based on second-hand information.
Mr. Hughes distinctly overheard that the staff would be replaced with arcane constructs. That is too specific and too accurate to assume that he misheard a different conversation.
The professor probably only revealed her plan for the arcane constructs. That still doesn't prove that he knew about her treachery beforehand.
Professor Bellwether had no authority over the cleaning staff's employment. It wouldn't make sense for her to just reveal her plan for the arcane constructs. That would only make sense if he knew that Bellwether would be taking his job. So tell me one thing, Redmond. Why did you find the need to lie about this? Is it because you saw a need to protect yourself from my accusations? Redmond, I asked you a question. Did you murder Catherine Bellwether?
What a fine mess this is. I'm not done. Not yet.
Headmaster!
So, you truly plan on pushing this, are you? Well, your thesis sounded promising, Mr. Cuthbert. But I believe your arguments could use a little work. Well, here we go.
Argument,
Time for an
baby.
argument. You think I killed Catherine Bellwether? Me? I am an elderly man in his late 80s. I was alone and I had nothing to overpower Bellwether with. I could barely walk, much less wield a rapier. I beg to differ. What about the constructs?
That's true.
Not that one. So yeah, they can carry out simple tasks in order to. The ones in the Imperial Academy use the voice of Captain Billy's voice line to every command given to a construct stored in the command log. However, this command log must be cleared regularly. Take that.
But you and Bellwether weren't the only people in that room, were you? You needed the arcane construct to carry Bellwether's body. That means that the construct would have already been in your office. And with your privileges, you could have easily programmed the construct to stab Bellwether for you.
Even so, think about what would have transpired afterward. Recall Miss Tailwind's timeline of Bellwether's witnesses. With your theory, the construct would have spent more than an hour in the library. Having it there would have risked my so-called ruse from being discovered. Luckily, Lady Frigga can't tell night from day. I wouldn't have had the construct linger around the library.
So let's see. Use this against claims that contradicts thoughts seen through the eye. Evidence displayed emotion.
No, I say intuition. Take that.
The timing deduced from Ms. Fraga's testimony is predicated on one thing. She saw Ms. Bellwether exit your office after your meeting. However, if we assume that you're lying about when this meeting ended, your entire argument falls apart. Ms. Fraga would have encountered Bellwether after her death at 2:01 p.m.
Miss Frigga wouldn't have made a mistake. Miss Frigga wouldn't have made a mistake like that.
Miss Fraga thought it was morning when she saw Bellwether. She can't reliably tell the time.
Then what about where the rapier was placed? If I really was the murderer, then that would mean I planted the weapon in young Wallace's locker. Several of the students had lockers there that I had access to. I wouldn't have placed incriminating evidence in that locker. Wallace is one of my prized students. If I had to frame anyone, he would be the last person I chose.
Well, somebody switched the nameplates, doofus. Let's see.
How about evidence in the locker? It says right there.
This one here?
No.
No.
Check the book.
Yeah.
Evidence in the locker. There's a stain of blood inside the locker with Miriam Frigga's ID number. This locker actually belongs to Wallace Nightgrave. Someone must have switched the ID numbers with Miriam's locker. Take that.
You're right, Mr. Redmond. You wouldn't try to frame Wallace, but you would try to frame Miriam Fraga. It would have been the perfect act of revenge, wouldn't it? You murder your treacherous co-worker and frame the daughter of the family that helped her. But something went wrong, didn't it, Redmond? The labels on Wallace's locker and Miriam's locker were switched. Anyone who saw that would have easily mixed them up.
I am the headmaster of the Imperial Academy. I have records of all the students' lockers and where they're located. There is no reason I would make a mistake like that. If I truly planned this, I would have known where Wallace's locker was. A simple change in labels wouldn't have led me to make a careless mistake like that.
The construct in the locker room.
No, what about all the other constructs?
Oh,
Yeah, they can carry
they can carry out orders.
It's got to be something else.
All right, you said all the other constructs. What do you mean by that?
Look at Arcane constructs. Let me read that again. Arcane constructs are suits of armor that are animated using artificery. They can carry out simple tasks when ordered to. The ones in the Imperial Academy speak using the voice of Bellwether. These voice lines can only be changed or adjusted by the Academy headmaster. So he adjusted the voices, right?
Right, but I mean, like, there's no reason I would make a mistake like that. We're talking about him with the nameplates on the lockers. So how does that have anything to do with it?
Well, you figure it out. Yeah, you go ahead and figure it out.
All right. I mean, I'm gonna try it. Holy shit, I'm right.
Take that.
But it wasn't you, was it? Your arcane construct was the one who planted the rapier in the locker. I bet you commanded it to place this rapier in the locker of Miriam Frager, but it saw the ID number on Wallace's locker and assumed that it was Miriam's.
This is... Redmond begins desperately stammering, looking for something to say. Miss Hewitt, say something!
What? Mr. Cuthbert! Your theory may be plausible, but there's no evidence to support it!
That's right. You don't have any proof, do you? There's no evidence of my orders. Saying that I could have committed the murder isn't the same as proving I did it.
Well, the logs are cleared, right? They have to be cleared regularly. Now, hold on.
What about the one in the locker room?
There appears to be an
There's an inactive arcane construct in the Academy locker room. That may be the evidence.
Your arcane construct is still in the locker room where it planted the rapier. All we have to do is take a look inside it, and we'll see the blood inside.
Is that so, Mr. Cuthbert?
What? Why does he still look so confident?
No! Mr. Cuthbert! I already checked the inside of that construct during my investigation. The interior was completely clean.
What?
The construct's primary function is to assist and clean, dear Tyrion. They have a function that allows them to clean themselves inside and out.
Well, we can still look at its command history, right? Nope.
Think about it, Mr. Cuthbert. Do you honestly think that the murderer would leave behind evidence like that? I'm sure that whoever orchestrated this plot, they ordered the construct to wipe its logs when it was finished.
No.
That's right, Mr. Cuthbert. Your case against me is theoretical at best. But I suppose I can still give you marks for trying.
Damn it. He thought of everything. Was he seriously able to get rid of all the evidence? I'm running out of options, but I still have one tool left.
Huh. It's unbecoming to glare like that, young Tyrion.
Huh? He's doing it again.
Bring yourself back to that moment with Garrick Pierce.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and talk to myself. Bring yourself back to that moment with Garrick Pierce. Think about what's at stake for Wallace, just like you did with Celeste. His life and his future are in your hands. Naught can remain concealed.
How would I? You activate the empowered eye again. Redmond did a good job of covering his tracks. But there has to be something that he forgot to get rid of.
Magical trace.
Project.
So, okay, the autopsy report. Body shows traces of necromancy and illusion magic, so I'm going to try this.
Huh? Why am I thinking of this now?
That piece of evidence didn't evoke any useful thoughts from him.
Trying projecting something related to the construct's actions.
Okay, so let's see. This one. Processes tasks in the order they're given.
The construct's orders were clear. Plant the body and let your whole to be. And then plant the evidence in Frigga's locker. It was supposed to head to the storage room afterward. What happened?
Interesting. The construct wasn't supposed to be in the locker room.
Okay, something else.
Okay, I want to view the map real quick. So check it out. Where's the storage closet's over here, right? But he couldn't do that. I mean, the construct couldn't do it. Was the storage closet locked?
It may have been. This is why he put it in the locker.
Well, okay, let me see. Okay, so what about the storage closet? Let me just present
The construct's orders were clear. Plant the body and let your whole to be. And then plant the evidence in Frigga's locker. It was supposed to head to the storage room afterward. What happened?
Okay, well, never mind then. Let me think about this. I mean, let's see. No.
Not that.
The ID numbers were switched. The lockdown system. No. Every command given to a construct is stored in its command log. However, this command log must be cleared regularly. Simple tasks in order to... Okay, I'm stumped. Where do I go?
Our construct in the locker room.
Really? Okay, I mean... Okay.
Why was the construct in the locker room, though? It shouldn't have been there if it had followed my orders. No matter. It wiped its logs.
No, it did not. We got him.
They have nothing on me.
So he did order it to wipe its logs. In order to cover all of its tracks, it probably would have done this last. Wait, he ordered the construct to go to the storage room? Would have done that after it was finished planting evidence in the locker room. We found it in the locker room. What stopped the construct from leaving the locker room?
The emergency system.
All together, everybody.
3, 2, 1. Take that. Oh, no. No, that's not right.
Something must have interfered with it.
It's the lockdown system, remember?
Yep.
Take that.
Right. The body was probably reported earlier than Redmond expected. This means he probably started a lockdown before the construct was finished in the locker room. How did the lockdown affect the construct's actions? But does this change anything?
See?
Redmond's series of commands was interrupted by the lockdown.
Take that.
Right. A series of commands would have been interrupted. Wait a minute.
Constructs execute a series of commands in the order that they are given. But let's say one of those tasks is impossible to complete. When the construct gets to that task, it will deem the entire series impossible to complete. As a result, it will stop executing the series altogether. So if a task in the series of commands is impossible, then that command will interrupt the entire series.
The construct's final command was to wipe its memory. But if its orders were interrupted by the lockdown, then...
Ms. Steelwind, I have nothing more to ask this witness.
What? You're not giving up, are you?
Do you even have to ask?
Yeah, I thought so. But how are you gonna prove he did it if he's not testifying?
Don't worry. The next witness's testimony will be all I need.
Next witness? Huh. That look on your face isn't one of defeat. Just what are you planning?
Ha! It's nothing but desperate bravado. Now, if you'll excuse me...
You've let your quarry get away, Mr. Cuthbert. I hope you know what you're doing.
I do, Miss Steelwind. First, I'd like for the Inquisition to bring in the arcane construct in the Academy's locker room.
We've already established that the murderer could have wiped its history.
Please, just humor me for a second, Miss Steelwind.
Very well. Bailiff, please relay Mr. Cuthbert's request to Commander White. Well, here's your construct. I hope you know what you're doing, Mr. Cuthbert.
Construct.
What are your orders?
Please recite your command history.
Reporting. Command 1, stand by in Headmaster's office. Command 2, await vocal signal. Attack.
From Theodore Redmond. You hear Redmond stand up from the gallery. Seeing this, the prosecutor watches him and carefully clutches the handle of her cane. Uh-oh.
Command 3, threat. Catherine Bellwether as a hostile entity and neutralize.
Construct, wipe your...
Hold on!
Before he can finish his sentence, the prosecutor points her cane at the headmaster. Magical energy shoots from it and collides directly with him. The magic wreathes around his body and stops him from moving. He's clearly trying to struggle against it, but it looks like he can't even move his mouth.
Ms. Steelwind.
Excuse the interruption. Please continue.
Command 4, await vocal signal. Leave from Theodore Redmond. Command 5, move to classroom 2B. Reply to any inquiries with voice line number 3. Command 6, remove Catherine Bellwether from interior frame and place on floor.
Thank you, Construct. You can stop now. I think we all know the rest. But just to be clear, who gave you this series of commands?
Commands were provided by Headmaster.
Theodore Redmond. How? I ordered the construct to wipe its command history!
Mr. Redmond, constructs don't follow the same logic that humans do. They're prone to error when their commands are impossible to execute.
Impossible? In what way were my commands impossible?
You were the one that made it impossible. You activated the lockdown system.
The lockdown?
The body was found earlier than you'd like. You had no choice but to immediately activate the lockdown system when it was reported. However, the construct was still in the locker room when you did this.
So that's why it was there.
The construct finished its tasks in the locker room, but then it tried to follow your next command. It tried to move to the storage room, but it was prevented from doing so. Completion of that command was impossible, so the series of commands was stopped before it wiped its history.
You little...
Theodore Redmond, you ordered your construct to murder Catherine Bellwether. Then you had it place the murder weapon in a locker to frame Miriam Frager. And we have your construct's testimony to prove it. And that's checkmate.
I can't believe it. How could you do something like this, Headmaster?
She was going to take everything from me. My position, my academy, my students. Everything would be gone. It was going to be stolen by her and the Fragers.
Why didn't you say anything to me? I could have...
Don't you dare stand there and act ignorant, Lady Steelwind. Do you think the Fragers acted alone? Your father was a part of this plot too. Father? What?
What?
I have nothing to say to you. I thought you were different. I listened to your lies about societal reform. In the end, you were just like the rest of the aristocracy. By the Scaled Lord, what have I done? I was even willing to sacrifice poor Wallace. I can't believe Why did I listen? Why did I do this? What was that just now?
Time out. Why did I listen to who?
What did I listen?
It appears we have a full confession. The court sees no reason to prolong this any further. Bailiff, please escort the witness to a holding cell.
Theodore Redmond, you're under arrest. Mr. Cuthbert, you really did it.
It feels amazing, right? Like a big weight being lifted from your shoulders.
It does, but I can't believe the headmaster was the one who did this.
Right. Despite everything Redmond did, he was the one that allowed Wallace to pursue his dreams. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is bittersweet for you.
What am I going to do now? Headmaster Redmond was the only reason I could even attend the academy. With him gone...
Come on, don't think like that. You gotta quit it. I'm sure it'll all work out.
I want to agree, but necromancy is basically taboo. Without Redmond's support, there aren't many places he could learn it legitimately. And then there's the Imperial Academy.
Hey, don't you get all sad on me, too.
Sorry, I was just thinking. With Redmond gone, the Fragers will probably just appoint another sycophant as the headmaster. Valentina, Valerie, and Jan. They're all going to lose their jobs.
Come on, you found the truth and you put a murderer behind bars. You saved Wallace.
She's right. As you start to exit the courtroom, you're greeted by Miss Tamora. Was she in the gallery this entire time? At the end of the day, you saved Wallace from a wrongful conviction. You should be proud of yourself for that.
I suppose you're right. Maybe I am just overthinking things.
But the doubt still lingers in your mind.
Now, come on. I'm taking Wallace to that restaurant we went to last time.
Do you remember how much that place cost? Don't worry.
Don't worry, I have plenty of gold.
Am I the only one on this team not making any gold?
Well, why don't you meet us there, Celeste? I need to talk with Tyrion for a moment.
All right, let's go, Wallace.
Okay.
Oh boy, here we go.
You activated the empowered eye again, didn't you? She doesn't appear to be praising you.
I did. I didn't really have a choice.
The Eye of Horus is a powerful tool, Tyrion. But that's twice now that you've used the empowered eye to get out of a tough spot. You can't keep relying on it if you want to. You can't keep relying on it if you want to grow as an attorney. One day, you'll find a witness that the empowered eye won't work on.
It's worked for me this far, though. But I suppose you're right. I'll try to rely on it less next time. And that marked the end of another case in my career as a defense attorney. Another life saved. Another murderer brought to justice. I still couldn't shake this feeling of uneasiness. Was it guilt for what would happen to the faculty staff? Or was it something else? Episode end!
Bean!
Wow, what a great time.
Yep.
Uh-oh. So what do we got here? So let me save this part real quick. Not the text log. That's the text log you'd done. Oh, like it's fine history that way. Great.
Yes. There we go.
So
Save that because
anyway.
you never know.
Yeah, anyway.
Man, Steelwood has been talking with the perp for hours. What's there to even ask at this point? Turns out she doesn't trust his testimony. Something about his memory is not matching up with the crime scene. You don't think he was mage blade, does he? No, it's not that. She found that damned symbol etched into his desk. Or what did she call it? The purple mark? Oh, for the love of... Not this again. Look, if the little lady wants to chase a boogeyman, just let her. At least this time she's doing it personally instead of dragging us into it.
Cast sleep.
Hey! What's up with...
Who did this to your desk?
What has gotten into you? I've already admitted to everything. What more could you possibly want from me?
Where did this graffiti come from? What is this symbol? What is the purple mark?
I don't know. A student must have done it at some point.
Think very hard, Headmaster. When did you receive this purple symbol? Focus on the moment you received this.
Wait a minute. I remember it now. But how? Lady Stillwind? Lady Stillwind? Aria, what happened? Are you okay?
That was close. My elation over meeting him almost made me forget.
Eris, what are you doing here? Why? Wait, I remember now. It was you. You put those ideas into my mind. You're the one who told me to murder Bellwether.
Yep, told you. Fucking told you she's behind all this.
Oh, you humans never fail to amuse me. I didn't make you do anything. Everything you did that day, all the planning, all the preparation, that came from your own mind. And I have to say, I was quite entertained with the scheme you came up with. Why, you even broke into Miriam's room. I didn't know you had it in you, old man.
You made me forget about our conversation. But how? Illusions can't affect the mind. Magic can't affect the mind.
It's a shame, though. I would have much rather turned Wallace into the antagonist of this chapter. Could you imagine if he turned? It would have been spectacular. Armies of the undead running rampant in the streets. But alas, even I couldn't corrupt his pure soul.
Answer me. Who are you? What are you?
Who am I? I'm the Lord of the Sixth Circle.
What? What the hell does that mean?
Wait, hey, Cannonball, I got a question. You got a question?
Yeah, I got a question. You got a question?
Yeah, I go something like this.
What the heck is going on here? What? Holy shit. Okay.
Eris Illmatter is the Lord of the Sixth Circle? What? But how?
And how? What is that? What the hell does that even mean? What the hell does that even mean? What does that even mean? Listen.
We gotta get to the bottom of this shit.
Okay. Well, I guess, folks, there's only one way to find out. Tune in next time when we have voice acting. And so, leaving you with the cliffhanger of the century, I'm the Cannonball Alex Steele.
I am the Package Andrew Steele.
We are the Steele Twins, and we are for real. Top Guys out. Ciao.
Adios, muchacho.